You're about to watch another episode of The Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? When you tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. We hope to see you there.
Hello, and Happy New Year! Welcome to The Dungeon Run, a live tabletop role-playing game where your interactions help tell the tale. And a special hello to everyone watching live for the first time. Hello. I am Lord Ereban, Keeper of Secrets, and your host for tonight's campaign. Together, we stand witness as our intrepid adventurers face terrible danger and most certain doom in their quest for glory, valor, and most importantly, treasure. Throughout our time together, you will be called upon to help guide decisions made within the game. In addition to our live chat interactions, those that are brave enough can purchase one of 7 unique digital items. If you love the show, you can show love. When you buy a show love, Jeff will see it and may read your name out during the game, showing you some love. And of course, you could show love to any member of the team. Uggo saves Lily, show love. Or when Fahima roasts some enemies, show love. What is that, Kaibok? Why do I see Milo's bull all of a sudden? Oh, there he goes. He's dropped over. That's not good. One of the EMTs on site, please go check on Milo. It looks like his heart has stopped beating. Okay, let's get back to it. You could bestow upon the adventuring party the gift of advantage. I think I said that. The ability to roll a pair of 20-sided dice at once, and taking the highest. Or for those of you that... What, Pytyrus? Stop it! You're going to kill the little thing. Do you understand that? This is not funny. This is not fun in games. This is life we are dealing with. Stop! All right, disadvantage. Let me explain. If a player has advantage, this disadvantage will count. Do you understand what you're doing? Do you, people, on this new year, understand exactly what is happening? You're killing my minion! It's not me you're hurting! The minion is hurting! Stop! Seriously, no. Well, hold on. Yes. All right, the EMT is saying he's dead. Milo is dead. Unfortunately, you've killed Milo. Good gracious. I don't know what to do. We'll get to that afterwards. I'm sorry. Let's continue on. I'm so sorry. All right. Perhaps you'll want to be the wind at our adventurers' backs and allow them to draw from the force of good deck. That's good. If for a greater advantage, for a greater challenge on the adventure, you can purchase a Force of Evil card. That's bad. Got it? Good. Now, when you buy a digital item, please specify which player at the table it is for, or I will make the choice for you. Okay? Good. Now that you have frustrated me, but that is not all. Please remember, it's on you. You can purchase an IOU, and each time you do, it will light a Force of Good candle, and when the goal of 20 candles is reached, a Force of Good card will be awarded to a random member of the team. If at the end of tonight's adventure there are candles still lit, they will carry over to the next show. Oh, yes, and oh, I almost forgot. Remember Milo's bull? Don't touch it! It's bad for it! Dreamblaze? Are you... What? What is going on here? We haven't even started the show and you're already doing this! That's bad! Oh my goodness, this is going to be one heck of a long night. Listen, don't touch Milo's ball, it's bad. It's hurting him. Are we clear? Fine. All right, done with all that. All right, Tender Bear. You come down here to the studio immediately. Because I want to suck the brains from your skull, do you understand? You've just killed Milo for the second time. He was already dead and now he's dead again. All right, look, you have the power to submit your idea for a force of good or force of evil card, okay? And we might use it on the show. And you can submit the DM cards for Jeff as well. You head over to the dungeonrun.fandom.com to submit. And you can upload your fan art. What? I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to be on the show anymore. Do you understand? If you people don't stop it, I will not do this anymore. Perhaps that's what you want. So no, I will keep doing it just to make it worse for you. All right, you can upload your fan art there as well. And to those who've already submitted, I see you and I thank you. Listen, now I want to do something good for us. Let's take a look at the Dungeon Run shirts. Have you seen the new ones? Yes? Baby Ereban. You didn't know? Baby Yoda and I went to preschool together. It's true. Okay, so Gato, you're so hilarious. You and your Fahima-hating ways. Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something... Milo! Something is wrong. Uh-oh. All right, pretend like you can still hear me. I hope you can. Baby Yoda and I went to preschool together. Good. Now, look, the Vardo. All aboard, let's ride. And rev up the motorcycle engines, bottom left here. The Flock Gang is here. Oh, it's our first double-sided shirt. And, of course, the classics. The Dungeon Run logo. Meep Lives, my personal favorite. Lord Ereban's Dungeon Run. Let the dice roll. And respect to the candles and the Candle Queen. Head to the dungeonrun.fandom.com to purchase your Dungeon Run shirts. Now, let's meet our brave souls. The cast of characters, if you will, please welcome Katie Michaels as Lily Dumblestar.
Happy New Year, you cuties!
Ah, yes, I cannot hear you people, so just note. Ronald Ogden as Uggo.
Yeah, it's a new time!
Ah, I see you. I see you, but I'm deaf in my both ears. Morgan Peter Brown as James Quillos.
Hello!
Yay. Jessica Lynn Parsons as Fahima Tig.
Wow, y'all. Wow.
Always a beauty. Hopefully she's not saying anything bad about me, because again, I cannot hear. Jared K. Jack as Sivret Thistle.
Happy New Year, everybody. New Year's resolution?
Ah.
He can't hear me, so I guess
Yes?
his New Year's resolution is that he can't hear me anymore.
I can hear you. I have many resolutions.
Like what?
I love you. I don't know. Is that not a resolution? I don't know what a resolution is. Ugh,
Well, mine was to make sure that I didn't kill Milo, but I guess that was already taken care of.
I think he's dead.
Yeah.
He's certainly dead.
It's too bad.
Unfortunately for us. And of course, our dungeon master himself, Mr. Jeff the Man Canate!
I've learned in just 5 short minutes that we can never take 2 weeks off again.
I know. It's...
I'm worried about you.
I'm telling you right now, I've lost hearing, I've lost my compassion, everything, but I love you, Jeff, and that will never go away.
Right back at you, babe.
I love you. As their journey continues, I, Lord Ereban, will be joining you in your social conversations around the game. So keep an eye out for my avatar and comments. And before we begin, I have a favor to ask of you. It would give me great pleasure if you would share the show. Just click below and let all of your admirers know that you are watching The Dungeon Run. Ha! Now keep the comments coming. Be ever vigilant and let the dice roll.
All right! We're back!
Yeah.
Happy 2020, everybody.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, what a break. We have had 2 weeks off. We have all missed you, and the
Except some of you.
already in a bad mood.
The rails.
The community has been extraordinary. There has been such creativity during the break. I wanted to call out a couple of people. Braba made recap videos on YouTube that are amazing.
Incredible.
It catches you up on the story all the way from episode 1.
Yeah.
And Disco made those fun moment videos.
Yes.
Which is awesome. We also want to say, I know there are people who watch the show or listen to the show in Australia.
Yeah.
And our hearts and thoughts are with you. And I know it's just horrible there, but please stay safe, and we will be thinking about you. All right. My goodness, 2020. I've missed you all. Let's catch everybody up, shall we?
Yes.
Please.
All right, this one's gonna be maybe a little longer than normal. We gotta catch everybody up from the long break. It started as a simple dungeon run. It may be hard to remember now, thinking about where we last left off. The rain pelting the roof of the inn, and members of the group sitting at different tables, splintered from one another, uncertain and uncomfortable in ways that only arise from bonds born of deep affection, born of familial and romantic affection. But they started, not so long ago, as strangers. Strangers who each answered a call for adventure, drawn to the promise of treasure and excitement in an abandoned dragon's lair. But when their guide to that dungeon met an untimely and abrupt end, they were forced to rely on one another, to trust, to become a team. They emerged from that hole in the earth with a relic trapped in crystal, a powerful magic item revealed to be none other than the Secret Keeper's amulet, a talisman that can channel the individual forces of good and evil from thousands of beings who watch them through the window between worlds, the ever-changing time stream. You. Across that window, across that conduit, you can affect their world, alter their fate, help craft their story. And in doing so, you have given them immense power, brought them close to death, and created moments of whimsy and drama in between. But the amulet is more than just a vessel for your vicissitudes. It has also been the key to unlocking a grand quest, a quest that may decide the fate of all of Ain. For generations, it is said, the realms have been protected by mighty sentinels known as the Wardens, 100-foot-tall elemental warriors who have presided over a lasting peace in Ain. So much so that many people stopped believing they even existed. But the team came face to face with their existence when a wizard named Torvald asked them to investigate a mysterious structure in the woods. They discovered a tower in the sky where one of the wardens, a being of lightning and electricity, was being held by a mad scientist and used to power his clockwork army. Even in breaking this storm warden from its prison in the clouds, the team found it again under guard by a battalion of orcs. Orcs transporting an enormous cannon. Orcs preparing for war. As the team confronted them, the amulet connected magically with the warden and catapulted the team into a vision buried in its subconscious. A memory of a time lost to history before the War of Ideas. A revelation of the very origin of the Wardens. It became clear that these 5 adventurers, these amulet bearers, held the key to unlocking visions from all of the Wardens, if only they could find them and free them. So, they took to the high seas in search for another Warden, said to be trapped in the most dangerous part of the Lost Sea, the Deep Reef. On their way, they learned that Lily's home, the island of Bingle, was being ravaged by creatures emerging from the ocean and taking bodies, both living and dead, back with them to the murky depths. The team sailed to Bingle and made a heroic stand on the beach, beating back the invading monsters, reclaiming the island for Lily's family, and earning them the title, the Heroes of Bingle. Then, they plunged themselves into the most remote section of the ocean, down into the deep reef. There, at the bottom of the sea, they found their second warden, faced off against a fearsome underwater commander, and pried loose the grip of a gargantuan tentacled kraken to free the warden and earn another vision into the past. Now, they track a third warden, believing it to be somehow connected to a powerful spellcaster called Calcutta Theed, the Ashen Mage. They ascended her tower inside the town of Winkberg, and found evidence that she was doing something inside Skyscorcher Peak, the volcano at the base of the Nelrim Mountains. They also found writings from her apprentice, a man named Vargan, describing ominous experiments and dark magic. When they departed Winkberg in their custom Vardo, a wagon pulled by enormous four-legged flightless birds called Achirai, they were soon set upon by a terrifying pack of werewolves out for blood. One of the pack, a woman named Zanalka, told them that she and her brother were under the control of Vargan himself, and begged them to help her infiltrate his lair at the heart of the Alabaster Woods and defeat him. So, the heroes of Bingle once again charged headlong into danger, finding themselves surrounded by a pool of blood, fighting the wizard Vargan, who was draped in a protective bloody shell. The battle was harrowing, and it nearly cost them their lives. But they bested the infernal apprentice and cleansed the hallowed ground of the Alabaster Wood from its crimson curse. When wounded and weary, the team continued north, finding respite in the small town of Marsh. As luck would have it, they arrived on the night of Stranger's Fête, a celebration of new friends, of the harvest, and of positive wishes for the new year. But before they could join the festivities, they heard the call of a worried mother shouting in the rain for her lost child. They tracked the boy to a cellar beneath the tavern where he had retreated to play with holiday fireworks. There, in the musty, dirty cellar, as the rain poured outside, the flare casting sparks along the ground, they found him wounded and afraid. And incidentally, I forgot to point out and highlight something in that moment, which I wish I had, but particularly you, James, noticed as you stood there in that cellar, the smells of dirt and moisture in the air and sulfur from the firework burning and the smell of fear from the boy.
Huh.
Yeah.
And something happened down there. Something that Uggo noticed and caused him to grab and restrain James. Something that caused James to retreat into the Vardo with Fahima's familiar Meep. A confrontation about secrets and the unknown. And while the unease was repaired in the short term, a visit to the tavern itself brought even more internal conflict. Civ, seeing an old friend by the name of Benissable Grulb, a bard, traveling on her way down to Winkberg to audition for the great party the Duke was now planning, approached her and asked her to play a song he had written for Lily, a declaration of his love and commitment.
We wrote it.
Yes, you wrote
it.
it.
Okay. Just want to give her some credit.
Oh, yes, you're right. A promise that love does not have to be fleeting. But Uggo, harboring his own feelings for Lily and unaware of Civ's, snuck away during the amazing performance, back to the cellar beneath the tavern, shaken and sad. And Lily, too, was taken off guard, unsure and unwilling to requite the sentiment. And so, with the joy and frivolity of the Stranger's Fête celebration all around them, unable to repair the missed connections and hurt feelings among them, the night and the year ended. And that's where we pick up this week. It is now the year 301, after the war. None of you have had a very good night's sleep. There was quite a lot of drinking at the Warm Hearth Inn last night.
Oh, yeah.
During Stranger's Fête.
Lots of spider booze.
Spider booze, right.
That's right.
Whatever we're calling it.
Oh, God.
And even James, who tucked in early, seems to not have had the most restful night. The inn was chaotic and busy all through the evening, so you all eventually made your ways back to the Vardo to sleep. And at some point during the night, the storm broke and the rain stopped. And as day breaks on the outskirts of Marsh, Sunlight peeks through the clouds, and all is quiet. So, there is some unfinished business from last week. Some cards. Holy moly, there are cards. Okay, guys, we gotta roll into this. Okay. Thank you, first of all. This is extraordinary. We got a lot to do. There is a force of good for Civ. A force of evil for Civ. The force of good comes from Mr. Whisper, the force of evil from Grim Fated.
Thank you.
There are 5 forces of good for Fahima.
Whoa! Is that because of all the disadvantages?
I believe they are, am I correct in saying they're all from Mickey Wolf 19?
Oh,
My God.
5 for Mickey Wolf 19?
Wow, thank you, Mickey Wolf. That's very generous of you.
A force of good from Tender Beast for Fahima.
Force of good?
Yep.
Tender
A
beast?
force of evil from Queso Gato.
Of course.
There are 3 forces of good for James.
oh, thank you.
1 from Kalith, 1 from Kaibuck, and 1 from Dyson Capes.
Kalith, Kaibuck.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Dyson Capes.
Uggo has 3 forces of good. 1 from Daruk Mountain Bear, 1 from Mickey Wolf 19, 1 from Dyson Capes, and a force of evil from Grim Fated.
You got
Lily
Grim Faded. Yeah.
has
Oh gosh.
3 forces of good, 1 from Kalith, 1 from Joker 38, and 1 from Mickey Wolf 19, and 2 forces of evil, 1 from Fectious, and 1 from Lambent Zerker.
For you? 2 evils?
We have
How dare you?
we have the
Wow.
Dungeon Run reading hour coming up.
Wow.
I also have forces of good from Eagle Eye 123321 and from TK421.
Aw.
That's very nice.
Thank you, everyone. You're
Thank
so
you.
nice.
All right, let's
Except
do
for
it.
Queso Gato.
I need the
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, what?
Dyson Capes, the other 2 that gave me
You had
force.
Mickey Wolf
Wolf.
19
Mickey Wolf,
and Darok Mountain Bear.
Darok Mountain Bear.
Okay, force of good, fruitcake. Viewer submitted. Oh, someone gave you this? You don't even want it? Who does? What good is it even? Once per episode, the owner of this card can try to gift this fruitcake to another player by making a dexterity versus perception check. That'll be easy for me.
Yeah, right.
If they succeed, they receive 5 temporary hit points. Cannot re-gift to a player who's had it before, but also cannot ask who has had it before. When the last player gets it, its true power will be revealed. Whoa.
Does it say on the card what the true power is?
No.
You know what it is?
I do.
No one knows.
Kills you.
Okay, creepy
going.
fruitcake. Force of evil from Grim Fated. The Too Much Turkey Blues. The meal was great, the conversation was good, but the day was long and tiring. You make a valiant effort to prop your eyelids up, but the end result is inevitable. You roll a nat 1 the next time you make a perception check for solo night watch as you gently snore, head down on crossed arms.
Ooh, tricky.
But don't I normally, never mind, we can talk about
Even
it.
if it's solo, it would. Even if it's with more than 1 person, it would be a natural 1 for everyone.
Okay,
Got it.
got it.
All right. I'll read this evil first because it's really bad. Blame the lag. Viewer submitted. After taking damage from an attack, roll a d20. Even you have a slight lag problem and take half the damage again.
Even meaning if the roll is
Oh,
even.
if you roll even.
If you roll an even number.
Oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought then. Okay, so if I roll even, take half the damage again.
Yep.
Odd, you're really lagging out, take the amount of damage a second time.
So even is half damage again, and odd is full damage again.
But I'm still rolling a d20 and taking the amount of damage. I could kill myself
Let's hope you
using
don't.
this card. Oh my god.
Yeesh.
Ah.
It's a rough one.
Okay.
Get to reading. You got to move.
Force of good from Tender Beast. Home advantage. The amulet reveals blueprints for upgrades to the Vardo. At a cost of 2,000 gold, you are able to permanently add the following lair actions to it, which can be used on initiative 20 by anyone standing in or on it. What? The ground within 30 feet of the Vardo is difficult terrain to enemies this round. Everyone on or inside the Vardo heals 1d4. Disadvantage to ranged attacks this round if targeting a player within 20 feet of the Vardo from further away.
Whoa.
Cool. So next time we have some gold, we can do
Whoa.
an upgrade.
And that was from Tender Bear.
Tender Bear, not Tender
Excuse me,
Beast.
that was my fault. Yeah. Bear.
Maybe it's my fault. Okay, so the next set comes from Mickey Wolf. Thank you. Whose turn is it anyway? When you make a successful attack, your fellow players each can make a suggestion on how they could improve it by saying yes and. Each successful description of how they can help contributes an additional d4 of damage to your attack. That's awesome.
Cool.
Really cool idea. Vendetta. Start a 30-second timer when you are ready. However many words you can say with the letter V within this time, starting or in there somewhere, think very or however. Have the player next to you keep count. Add up the words you said minus the ones written here on the card, and you deal that much damage to an enemy. Viva la revolution. So, do I do it right now?
Probably, because then you would be able to think about it. So let's just
True,
do it right
okay.
now. I'll do the timer.
Okay.
Got it, Morgan?
Can't say however, Viva.
I'll keep count. Sure.
We'll just take them out one.
Yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Vardo, ferocious, va-va-boom. Oh, why is it so hard on the spot? Victory, vindictive, volume, volley, volleyball,
Stop.
8. I got 8.
Yeah,
wow,
Yes.
that
good?
was,
Not as
Funny,
easy as,
like,
as it
That's
looks.
hard, right?
The last 3 I was saying in my head when you said them, so it was like, whoa.
So I can deal 8 damage extra?
Yeah,
My next
that's
attack?
pretty good.
Cool,
All right, not bad, not bad.
cool. Write that down. All right. Baby Achirai. Next time you gather the Achirai after a long rest, you notice that one of them has laid an egg. Oh! You may either cook it up, to provide a meal for the entire group that restores 2d10 health, or keep it safe for 2d8 days until it hatches as a baby Achirai.
No.
What happens if we have a baby Achirai?
No.
We will find out. Or you guys can eat the egg. I think the fact
Jeff
that
wants us to eat the
Jessica got the card.
Jeff doesn't want to
Yes,
keep
Sid
track
got
of
it.
another animal.
Next one is Hodgepodge High Five. A hand from the Hodgepodge finds you after crawling for quite a long time. It turns out it wasn't ever against you. It just did what the Hodgepodge was making it do. After it gives you a high five, it proceeds to grapple the target of your choice until the target passes a successful DC 12 strength check. Tight. Years of saving and service. A mystical gecko appears and tells you to pump the brakes and keep it for next time.
Oh, for God's sake.
Roll a d20, and if you get 15% or more, you are able to pump the brakes on one Force of Evil card. If you fail, it's okay to keep it in your desk and try again next episode.
Well
Okay.
played.
So that,
Well
of course,
played.
is a reference to the commercial currently running that stars our very own
Thank you.
Morgan Peter Brown.
Thank you. I'm flattered.
Oh, I rolled a 13.
Well, next time.
Darn. Next episode.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone.
What does she have to do, Morgan?
Keep it in her desk and save it for next time. Thanks.
There you go.
Do you say that in the commercial?
No.
Now we have visuals.
Yes, I do. Now pay me. No. Okay, so I have one left over from the end of the last episode, apparently, from Twinsen called The Lost Throes of Suth.
Okay.
Yes. Viewer submitted. Way back when you laid Suth to rest in a field of poppies, the amulet magically produced a glowing gray pearl hovering in the space that Suth's heart would have lain. That's very sweet. You only now discover that it made its way into your pocket. On a death saving throw of your choice, the spirit of Suth adds 1d4 to the roll. That's nice. Trish of the Time Stream. Viewer submitted. A magic force of benevolence comes from the amulet to lend aid to the magic circle. That's your team name. Okay. On the next The Dungeon Rundown, Trisha will roll one each of a D4, D8, D10, D12, and D20 and record the results of each die. In a future session, choose one of those die results as a substitute for one of your own.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's very
One of my favorite cards ever.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Sparkle in the twice blinking eye. Do not read aloud. Never mind.
I hate those ones.
Royalties of the Bard's Song. The song is a hit. Everyone rolls in the box together, and the party gains that much gold. If doubles are rolled, those players get to roll again and add that gold as well. Shall we do it right now?
Yeah, so let's all go one at a time.
Okay. I'll start.
We're rolling a d20.
This is from Caliph.
I'm guessing we're using big.
And if you
Blue
get
Thunder.
doubles,
Big
you
Blue
keep
Thunder.
rolling. Somebody
wow.
keep track.
Shoot. No.
keep track
Good
of-
deal.
Wait, if you match somebody else, I think is what.
Oh, okay. If
So
doubles
you
are
roll
got
once,
those
and then somebody
get
next
to roll
person
again.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 17.
Nice.
17.
Good way to start.
Ron.
13.
Nice. Keep track of those, Morgan.
30 so far.
6.
36.
Wow.
You're up next, Jessica.
No doubles yet. No, yeah.
Nope.
11.
47.
Finally, 17.
17!
Get to roll again.
64.
Wait, really? 17 is my lucky number.
Awesome. 9.
So roll,
73.
roll any of the numbers.
What are we getting? Gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
That's good.
Not bad.
Close.
So what's the total?
30, 17, 26.
That's 47.
44?
73. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
60.
Math.
91.
91 gold.
Okay, cool. I got it.
Ooh.
Nice.
You're really
Thank you,
not gonna
Caleb.
you're not gonna like my card that I got, but go ahead.
91 golds.
Does it take away some of our gold?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to read the Force of Evil first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Go
way
for it.
I like to go that way. Mobile moratorium on magic. Viewer submitted. Thank you, Grim Faded.
Oh, this sounds
And
good.
by thank you, I mean thank you. Triggers in combat. A moratorium on magic has been placed on the group for 1 round.
Oof.
What?
That's rough.
Just 1 round.
Yeah, but
Kind of
that's all
all
I
we
have.
We're good.
Yeah.
I use my sling.
Somehow that force of evil is a force of evil for me.
Somehow that's happened. The next one, thank you, Dorog Mountain Bear. 15 minutes may save 15%.
Come on.
You decided to spend 15 minutes patrolling with the magical
sponsored?
gecko
I
and
mean,
receive
maybe.
Vardo insurance.
I'll see what I can do.
Next time any damage is done to the Vardo, this card will fix the Vardo because that gecko's got you covered.
Indeed.
Honestly,
Let's all do a commercial.
should have done some
for Gecko.
advertising.
Come on.
The gecko. Thank you, Mickey Wolf 19, for feign death. Viewer submitted as a reaction, you may pretend to instantly die with a +7 performance bonus.
Nice.
Any opponent fooled will immediately stop attacking you and begin searching for a new target. When you choose to stand up, you may do so without movement penalty.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
That's interesting.
Dice and Capes, thank you. This is so fitting for Uggo. Alphabet Scavenger Hunt. Viewer submitted. It then lists all 26 letters in the alphabet. Whenever you acquire an item, encounter a monster, talk to a named NPC, enter a location, or witness a spell being cast, cross off its first letter above. Spend this card to get +1 to an attack or ability check for each crossed off letter. If you collect all 26 letters before using, receive 1,000 gold.
Whoa!
Now, question.
Yeah.
If I get 26 of them, is it get +26 to a roll or 1,000 or both?
I think it's the 1,000 gold instead of the.
Cool. I'm fine with that. I was just
Yeah.
wanting to
Yeah.
make sure and clarify.
Always
Okay.
trying to double down.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm gonna read my force of evils first.
Yes.
Evils.
Get it
Multiple.
out, get the negative energy out of the way. Okay. Dungeon non-disclosure agreement. You and your team seem to have cracked under the pressure of the foul circumstances you find yourself in. That pesky amulet somehow forged your signatures on the DNDA you refused to sign. You must make a DC 17 intelligence check. On a failed roll, a lawyer informs you that you are in violation and must make a Duke pun in the Duke's duck voice and lose half the party's gold.
No.
On a success, you lose 50.
You better succeed, girl.
My gosh. Okay.
Mama needs a Vardo upgrade.
That's a lot of gold.
Well, at least she's got an okay intelligence.
Not that good. Not a
Does she get disadvantage?
You got other cards that can affect the roll, right? Or maybe. I don't know.
10.
You got some Civ coins still left from your Civ bag?
Yeah, but only I rolled an 8.
Oh.
Well, that's, you
So
got it's a
I'm
DC
at
17?
I'm at a 10. I could do 3.
Okay.
Need like a reroll.
What's your modifier?
Yeah, do you have a reroll card?
2.
I
I'm
have a
10.
reroll card. Lord Araban's lucky D20. Reroll any attack or save roll. No, that's not working.
Not it.
Dang it.
I don't think I have
Oh,
anything
man.
else.
Have your gold!
Okay, small price to play for salvation. You're adding 3 to that?
Yeah?
Jared, if we add 30 gold to make it a 17 so 30 gold per point to make it a 17. That's still less than half, probably, right?
Well, hold on. I have insurance. Can be used to nullify half of the effect of any force of evil card that involves money.
Ooh!
Nice.
So you lose 25% right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
That's
do that.
not that bad.
No.
Okay, that's way better. Also,
gonna
I
have
have
to get
no idea how to do
I know.
that.
Well, also, I should just jump in right now and say that my force of good that I got is a DM force of good. The party must pay Jeff 20% of their total gold. Jeff may spend this pool on items to outfit creatures in future encounters with such as health potions or +1 weapons or armor, which disintegrate upon their owner's deaths.
Boo.
So you're up to 45% that you lost.
No!
Yeah, sorry.
I don't have anything.
Brutal.
Honestly,
So
better
I
than.
lose another 20 on top of that 25, so 45%.
Yeah.
45%.
Got it.
Wait, I have to do the flipping. Oh no, we
No,
negated
don't.
it. Okay,
All right.
I don't have to. Okay, I still have it.
We got
Can't do the duck voice. The cups.
You're not gonna try?
Do it.
Come on, you got it.
I have no idea how you put that in your place that in your.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Not like yours, but yeah.
I'm a duck.
What is happening? What is
We
happening?
can't take 2 weeks off. It goes to crazy in this town.
Oh no. Okay. The cups. The next time a player knocks over a cup on Jeff's beautiful table, all players that have knocked over cups to date take XD6 psychic damage, where X is the number of players who have knocked over cups.
Does that include the number of times you've gone?
No.
Okay, cool, because I've done that twice.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay, good.
No, it was both on you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a personal
All right, we
attack.
still want to read?
Remove
Yep,
one
I got
from
more
my memory.
All out attack. The next time you inflict 5 or less damage on your turn, the amulet takes pity on you and slows time for everyone, but you, allowing you to deal the same amount of damage 1d6 more times. If the enemy is killed, you must take
Wow.
a dramatic pose, then roll a DC 15 intimidation check to frighten all the enemies you see.
Ooh,
Awesome.
that's fun.
Oh no, you Var don't. If a creature attacks you near the Vardo and you can see it, you can shout out, "Oh no, you Var don't," to cause the attack to miss you and hit the Vardo instead. Also awesome. Raiders of the Lost Wardens. Time to play some marbles. Take the D100 and shoot it from the edge of the table into the minis as a thunderous giant boulder. Note the roll value of the die, where it lands, and divide it equally amongst all those hit as damage, rounding up, because 0 damage is sad. If any minis are knocked over, they are knocked prone.
Got
Do I
it.
need to do that once we're in like a...
Yeah, when you shoot.
Yeah, in combat.
All right.
Okay.
We have lots more cards, but we're gonna actually play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, cool.
I thought this was the show now.
Yeah,
Reading cards.
a lot
Story
more, and we
time.
appreciate it. Believe me.
Yes.
Thank you.
We do want. We'll hold off on these for a little while. And
Can't wait to use these.
so, I set the tone. We moved away from the tone. Let's return to the tone. Next morning, sun. The sun has come out. The sky is clearer. There's still clouds in the sky. Everyone slept in the Vardo. It's kind of hard to even recall what happened after, at the end of the evening. Everybody just sort of shuffled in to sleep, and now dawn breaks on the day.
I will have... Oh, I was just gonna say, I would have gotten up early and made breakfast and like a hydration cure for everyone.
Okay.
So I'll be doing that.
Fahima? Yeah? Do you have anything for hangovers? A spell or something?
Honestly, I think it's Lily who need to talk to you about that. I could flavor a drink to something if you like.
No, I don't want to drink anymore.
I could break your fingers.
What?
That'll hurt and not your head.
No, I don't think that would help.
Oh, I'm just trying to help.
Lily,
I could break my own.
Yes.
how was the rest of the night last night? I've been spent most of it reading, and Meep and I played catch with some, food.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yeah, I just kind of tossed and.
You both played catch?
No, I toasted her.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, it was fun, I think.
I guess that's a bit of a loaded question. It wasn't great, and then I don't remember.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I was asleep when everyone got back, but
I made breakfast for everyone.
Thank you.
I feel like that's probably needed, and water, and some vitamins in the water.
Great.
Drank a lot then, huh?
Nice, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
More than I usually do.
Into oblivion?
Almost. I don't even know how much I spent.
Figure it out.
That's very true.
I guess I'll go and get the birds, since we'll be getting on our way soon.
I think I should. Can we just have a team meeting really quick?
Of course.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit awkward around here.
Well, yes, and yeah, there are a few things that I've learned that we should talk about as well. But yes.
What you've learned?
Yes, I'd sent some sending spells in the last day or so, but yes, yeah.
Some?
A couple. What?
Multiple.
Well, 2.
To whom?
Fesh and to, Jorel.
Oh,
Yes.
anything exciting?
That's not the word I would pick, but yes. But I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, so please.
No, it's okay. I kind of welcomed it. It has come to my attention that I have maybe caused a bit of tension within the group. And I'm gonna sing because it's easier for me to do it that way, and then we can talk about it if that's all right.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom is the sound of a heart that is beating. Boom, boom, boom when someone special catches your eye. I admit in the past I thought these emotions were fleeting. But clearly I'm wrong, so I'd like to apologize. Uggo, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had feelings. And it shatters me to think that I broke your heart. You're my best friend here. I really thought we were siblings. And just goes to show, I can't tell all feelings apart. Now, James, I do love you, but as a friend only.
Yeah, of course.
I think that was clear.
Very,
So
yeah.
today, ambiguity ends. All right?
Understood.
And Fahima, we've covered this topic completely. Frankly, your haircut's not for me. We are just friends.
The feeling is mutual.
Thank you. Now, Civ's where things get a little bit tricky. Well, my heart, it beats for you. My mind won't let me commit. But now I do trust that you love me. And I'm sorry I doubted your words when you first, I guess, said it. So, boom, boom, boom is the sound of my feet as I'm leaving. If there is a chance that I'll tear this group apart. Boom, 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 I will walk away if I need to. But I want you to know you've each taken a piece of my heart. I'm really sorry that I caused any heartache or confusion, and it's my job in this group to keep everybody's spirits up, and I feel like I failed you. And I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything when I say I will leave, but if you need to find a different bard, I will understand.
Lily, none of this is your fault.
Opposite of your fault.
I'm not here to take the blame or point blame at anyone. It's no one's fault, but it happened, and I know better. I mean, I guess not better, but Grammy Demostuck always told me that, you know, to be aware, because positivity can be more intoxicating than ale. And,
I think that's what we're trying to say. When I first met you, I did not have any family. And so it is easy to feel like, with your addictive personality,
thank you.
to feel like you're a sister. And then you almost died. And that is when Uggo realized his feelings were different. Now, what Uggo did not do and should have done was be outspoken about how he feel. And say it, not as coward does in orc language. I may not have known that you do not speak orc.
I don't.
I know that now.
Okay. I'm just trying to be very clear with everything because I feel like maybe I wasn't.
That's probably
It is-
wise.
It was not that you were not clear. It is that Uggo was not clear. And it was that Civ was not clear. To me. I did not know how he felt. And at first, they feel like betrayal. But then we drank together. And I remember, feelings are hard. You do not always control what you feel. I can tell you that the most. But it does not change how someone feels. And I love you, Lily. Like cold night love flame. Like fur love kitty. Like James love books. Like Vehema love fire. If you do not choose Uggo, I don't even think you need to choose. But if you find in your heart someone other than Uggo, I have made a life vow to you.
Well, I guess on that note, Uggo, I know orcs aren't real good with, like, take-backs.
We cannot take back.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, you get this one for free.
I will always be by your side, whether as friend or as other.
Thank you.
My life has meaning because you are in it. Because all of you are in it. Especially you, and you, and you, and you. And you too, Meep.
Meep, meep.
I have emotions, and sometimes I get angry and I don't know what's happening, but I promise this. I will be honest with you now. I will be open. You will know how I feel, exactly by words.
Yes. Well, and that was why I wanted to just start this morning off like that. I just think honesty is what everyone needed to hear. And,
The last thing I have to say is that this is not your fault. There is nothing done wrong.
There's nothing wrong with love. I think one of the problems here is perhaps expectations, right? There's nothing wrong with you being beautiful and people liking you, right? But if there's expectations attached to that, well, then that's where we run into the issue. I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes. If I had a load of lads falling in love with me, I'd think, wow, I'm really lucky. But also, if there was strife associated with that, I wouldn't blame myself. I think you need to get a handle over it. Right?
Vehema, you've really grown up a lot in the last couple days. Really. Your advice meant so much to me last night, and it means a lot to me now.
It's a relief.
Thank
I felt a little stupid talking to you about it since I come from a place of no experience, but
I think you know more than you think.
I'm glad it helped.
I know leaving would be the easy thing for me to do, and I don't want to do that.
Easy thing to do?
It wouldn't be easy, but I mean it would be running away from the issue at hand. I just don't want to be a cause of any heartache or any problem.
Well, why don't we clarify what the expectations are? I think Uggo did a good job of that just now, right? You don't have expectations, right?
I never have ever. Does love
I don't-
have it?
Huh?
Is love supposed to?
Well, I think you might have had expectations unbeknownst to you if you were upset when someone else got in the way of your
Well, I
feelings.
expect Civ to be honest with me.
Well,
I
Okay.
think that's an okay.
I agree.
I think we're
agree.
all.
I think
Yeah, please.
everybody processes things differently, and I don't need to hear everyone's explanations right now. I just wanted to let everyone in the group know where we're at, since we are technically co-workers. And we don't have like a policy on this, but maybe there should. I don't know.
I don't know.
I never had a job before.
I only worked at a bar, and we definitely had to have a policy on it. But I don't need a whole conversation, and everyone can come to their conclusions as they see fit. I just wanted to be honest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a very pretty song.
Thank you.
I wish you would sing back to her sometime.
You do not want to hear me sing.
He sings with his words.
He does. Well,
For the record, I just want to say, when you sing, you bring so much joy and happiness into all of our lives. The only reason why I hired my friend was because I wanted to give you that same amount of joy.
I know.
I didn't mean for all of this to blow up.
I'm not blaming you, Civ. It was very nice, and I really did like it. I want you to know this has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with me figuring out how to handle these types of feelings that I, quite frankly, haven't been in this position before, in this way. for this length of time. And I maybe didn't handle that very well last night, and I apologize. You deserve better than that.
Lily, sorry. You're a bard, and you're beautiful. I have a feeling this is going to happen again, I'm sorry to say.
Surprised it hasn't
Usually
happened
people
before now.
leave. That was my whole theory before
Right,
it blew up last night.
You know what? Silver lining, think of this as a lesson learned, and you're going to be so much wiser the next time it happens.
And this situation that we're in is extraordinary for all kinds of reasons. For the obvious reasons, I nod toward the amulet. But also, again, we just ended up on the back of a cart together.
That's true.
So I think I care very deeply for all of you, and I wasn't expecting to do that, but here we are. And so I think we're going to have to try to accept a lot about each of us.
Yes.
And I think if we just try to be open and try to
Honesty.
be kind, then that's the most important thing. There's going to be things that are out of our control, again, obviously, but
We're also going to deal with very heavy and dangerous things.
we already have.
Yes.
Can we make a promise to each other to be honest? Does that sound good to everyone?
I made that promise a long time ago.
Yes, I
But
think
yes, I will continue.
Okay.
I think it comes easier for some people, not in a malicious way, but I think not everyone's as an open book as you, Uggo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have.
Well, you're an inspiration in that way, but it's harder for some.
Sometimes I think Uggo is damaged.
No,
I think we all think that.
not that he's damaged.
And damage isn't.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think we're all damaged.
But damage is what makes us who we are.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to talk to any of you as a group or individually whenever, but maybe we should have some breakfast and...
But no more talk of you leaving, okay? Please? Please don't.
I feel like I didn't get a verbal agreement from everyone, to be honest. Is that something we don't want?
I'm trying. I gave the book to Vic.
What?
Sorry?
When we were in Turles, I gave... She had the book.
The Heroes of the Orient Age, the book that was
Yes.
stolen from the library?
Yes.
Wait,
Wait, who's Vic?
Yeah.
As a player, I'm having a hard time remembering what this is. What?
Just let it happen.
Oh, okay.
She's my ex. She's a tiefling. She's the one that cut my face. I didn't want to tell you. I'm sorry.
Why did you do it?
I don't know.
Why did she want it, if you don't mind? If you know.
She's working for someone. Someone very powerful. Maybe the Ashen Mage, I don't know.
Did she ask you for the book?
She asked me to let her go. And I still had feelings for her. And I knew that if I didn't let her escape, that Uggo would probably crush her skull.
Accurate. But if you had told me that you still love her, I may not have.
It's
Honesty would have saved her.
it's very complicated.
You're telling me.
So you can't identify why you gave her the book?
I think
If Lily were to ask me to do the same thing, I would do it now.
That's what I.
But they don't understand what Vic has made you do. Lily is the polar opposite of Vic.
In a way, yes. But my feelings for Vic were just as strong as they are for Lily now.
Lily's never made you hurt yourself?
Fahima.
What?
Zanoka hurt us. Do you feel differently because of it?
She was under a spell.
Exactly the point I was making. We don't know her.
Vic and I have a very complex relationship, and I don't want to tell you all of it or get into it, because we would be here for another 6 hours. But she asked me to do a lot of things that were wrong, and I realize that now. But when I really deeply care for someone, I will do anything that they want me to do. Anything.
Even if it potentially hurts someone else you love?
Oh, I've done way worse than just hurt someone.
To be candid, I'm not sure that you're the most troublesome piece of this puzzle here. If you're willing to risk.
Like I said, I'm trying to change.
I think, if I may interrupt, Civ.
Sure.
First off, thank you for sharing that. I think it was hard. It's harder for some people to share than others. And I think that we're all learning a lot of things about ourselves right now, and we're trying to be better, but the fact of the matter is we're all gonna make mistakes on this journey. We all have, and we still will. And, well, maybe that was a pretty big one. I think we could all relate that, I guess, if we were in that situation, it's hard to say we wouldn't have done the same thing because we don't know that relationship and they're tricky. You know it now. Sure you know it. Uggo, you do. And Civ obviously does. So I think this is a good conversation because if we can work on being honest with each other, it's only gonna make us stronger and better and be more aware of these choices that we're making because it's hard when it's just you battling yourself.
We have the whole world against us.
Yes.
It feels like.
But we have each other, and sometimes that may be easier than others, but I ask us all to be gentle with one another when that truth doesn't always come as easy.
Sorry, Civ.
It's all right. I was expecting worse, actually.
Were you
I think
expecting this? Come on.
You're just gonna have to hug his shoulder, I think.
Okay. Can I hug your shoulder?
Yes, of course.
Uggo comes up and... I love you, Civ. I may not always agree with your choices, as you do not agree with mine. But I would die for you. Gladly. Almost did.
I know.
So, is it still okay for me to hurt Vic? If I meet her? When I meet her?
I mean, is it a Hamlet situation?
Might have to nix the whole Hamlet thing.
Yes. I like Fahima.
It's a new year.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping we don't run into her again, but if we do, then do what you have to do. I am sorry. I didn't think that this was going to last quite so long. Seems like every day we have more to do and less time to do it.
It's true.
Do you think what do you think the danger is of her having that book?
Well, I don't think she has it anymore. I think she gave it to whoever hired her. But she's still working for them. She said whoever it was incredibly powerful and very dangerous, and that I should beware.
One thing I think perhaps we could work on is, before we meet this Vic or whoever she works for again, I think you need to figure out what you're going to do when you face her. Because you can't be standing there face to face with her with your hands tied. You just can't.
Lead to death.
But we have time. Hopefully. All right? Just think about it. Could cost you like your life or any of ours.
What makes you think that I don't think about it every day?
Well, we'll help you come to a decision then.
Why do you think I got so defensive when I saw how Zenelka was affecting you? I'm not saying she's as bad as Vic. I'm just saying I worried that you were going down the same path that I went down.
Fair enough.
Just to be clear, if you ever meet my brother, kill him.
How do we know it's your brother?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
He look exactly like Uggo.
James, you've been remarkably quiet.
Have I?
Yes? Do you have anything you'd like to share since we're all doing that?
I've never had friends like four of you before.
Me either.
It's been a long time since I've had family, to be honest. So with that comes a lot of pressure, because it's scary.
I know.
Because I don't want to lose you all. And I'm afraid of being honest.
You can just say you're not sure if you don't want to.
Well, no,
share.
there are things I need to tell you. Ever since the fight with Vargan, I realized there are things that I should have told you a while ago, because it, for some stupid reason, has only recently occurred to me that if I died, which I have almost have a couple times now, that some things would die with me. And some of that I can't abide by.
Sometimes when you keep a secret for a long time, the longer you keep it, the harder it gets to share.
Especially when it involves suffering of other people.
Of course. And
I've been lying to you since the day we met.
okay, well, that's a start. Good. Is your name James?
Yes?
Okay.
Quillis?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we got two truths.
Where's the lie?
I mean, it's not an act, it's a lie by omission, but... That day we met in Kippleturn, those months ago, feels like years. I was a man at the end of my rope. I had fled Turles about 2 weeks before out of fear, as my friends and co-workers thought, but not quite for the reasons that they thought. I murdered someone. I killed someone. It was murder.
Unfortunately, I think we've all done that at this point.
But,
Few times.
his name was Thad Yelmings. He was a night's watchman. It was an accident, but I did mean him harm. And he's apparently, that murder has been turned into the reason for the whole moratorium of magic, apparently. So when people like Jorel and people out there in the shantytown are made to suffer for things that I did stupidly, it becomes a much bigger secret, and it becomes much harder to tell.
And no one knows it was you?
I came across this man in an alley at night, accosting 2 children.
You're shaking.
He started beating the boy. Couldn't have been more than 12. Beating him beyond what anyone would call reasonable, and I tried to stop him, and it didn't work, so I became angry, and anger became a spell, and it ended with him dead. My magic is new to me, I think, as some of you know, and it was very new to me then, and I was an idiot.
Sound like you saved child. That's what it sounds like to me. Man knew better.
I agree.
You did not murder. You killed monster. We've done plenty of that.
James, I think you know that what you did would be seen as self-defense in a lot of ways, but I don't think that makes it easier to reconcile that you didn't mean to kill him.
Cowardice to run away and leave others. Joral's in prison, by the way. I hadn't told you that yet. Joral's in prison.
What? Why?
Because he told people he knew us.
Well, I guess that's on all of ours.
Yes, but the whole reason he was in the shantytown in the first place was my fault. And people like him and people like Grell.
How many lives have you saved?
Does it even out? I don't know.
All right. Well, here's what I have to say about that. We can't unkill him. Revive him? We can't do that. But we can attempt to make things better in this world for the people there. What's done is done, and we can sit around and we can cry about it, and I can feel sorry for myself or whatever. But that's not gonna help. We're all here for a greater purpose than ourselves. And it's easier to fall inward and think about the things we've done and feel bad about that. But you have so much to offer, James. We all do. And I look forward to seeing all the things we can accomplish this year.
And many heroes start out with stories similar to those children, right? Saved by a man in black. Killed the foe, ran away. What is going to become of those children? You never know.
I don't know.
They could defend others.
You might even think that you had killed someone if you had not stopped him.
Right?
If he had hurt the child to the point of it dying, you would have felt the same way had you not stopped him. That says something about your heart. I have doubted you. I felt it. I can understand you were lying about something, keeping secrets. But you have taught me that sometimes, as much as I hate to admit it, secrets are necessary. Because truth can hurt people.
Very much.
Uggo think that's good. Truth hurts you. You grow stronger. But sometimes people die from the truth.
I don't know how I ever survived before I knew the four of you.
You're a smart man. That's how. Smarter than me.
Don't say that.
It's the truth, though.
I mean, different smart.
Yeah, I never said I wasn't wise. I feel very wise. I say things and you guys are like, whoa. And that makes me know. I love all of you, and I look forward to this year. And I look forward to killing this hangover.
All right, should we have some breakfast?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, James, for telling us.
Thank you, James.
And I hope you feel comfortable sharing. Even if the truth hurts, it's best to have it out, I think.
Thank you.
Can I cuddle your shoulder?
You can cuddle all of me if you want.
Oh, yes.
So breakfast is not the most extravagant meal you've ever had, but it is hearty and it's warm, cooked on the stove inside the Vardo, and it nourishes you and you all feel a warmth inside the Vardo in that cold morning after a long night of rain. The mud all around. You see through the windows of the Vardo, the Achirai moving, restless, itching to move, plopping through.
Share any secrets with us?
Yeah.
He's got the most.
Plopping through the mud, squishing through the mud, sifting through. There's mud caked up their legs, their long, spindly Achirai legs, and the Vardo is off the hitching post and ready to move.
Oh, is it? Is there a little leg? Is there a little egg hanging out there too?
There is a little egg, turns out,
Oh.
Did you find it?
in the
I went
mud.
with Civ to go check on the Achira, I assume.
Sure, we can go get him at the stable.
Oh my God.
Is that what I think it is?
It's warm.
So that means one of them must be female.
And one male. Well, I guess we don't know that. They're magical, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Wait, you can have babies? By yourself?
Perhaps. It wasn't anything about reproduction in my notes.
No, I'm not.
I didn't know magical creatures could do that. That's amazing.
I'm
imagine
saying it's
some
possible.
could.
I don't think that's what happened. I'm just saying it's possible.
Oh,
So I think we should see.
it's way more boring.
It's still alive. It's still warm.
It couldn't have been out there for very long.
How does the Achiri react around the egg?
They trust you. You've picked it up. I mean, how does a
Do we know which Achiri?
I don't think you do. How does a hen
one look
react
like
when you pick
extra
up an egg
sweaty?
from-
Yeah, you know it's.
You know what I mean? A
You know
bird-
it's Blef Landana.
Yeah.
I grew up on
Pancake!
no chickens.
Baby pancake!
We don't even know where
I'm
that
gonna
egg
roll
comes-
the days.
Hey, Uggo, have you ever heard this
dang it.
saying, what came first, the Achiri or the egg?
No.
Well, think about it.
A chai
How?
because you have to have an adult to make an egg.
But how did you get the adult?
Conjuration magic.
Uggo's mine.
Yes. Yeah, you had a you had a
These
fahima
sizes
around.
that day. Yeah.
12,
Fahima
12
around
days.
12 days.
So you definitely notice one of the Achiri noticing you pick up the egg. I can't remember their names.
Pancake, Blef Blanada,
Yeah.
and land thighs.
Blef Landana and
Land
land
thighs. It was
thighs.
Blef Blandana.
Which one's in the
It was
back?
not
What'd I
Blef.
say?
It was Blef Blandana. It was not the correctly done.
yeah.
Pancake is usually the one.
Oh, Blef Bandana.
Because he's the one that I keep
Bandana.
trying to ride.
All right. And it seems the most appropriate that it would be land thighs. So you are now in possession of a fairly good-sized. I mean, it's the size of a.
What, are
Not quite a
ostrich
basketball,
eggs
but-
big?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
yeah.
big egg.
It's
Quite,
huge.
yeah.
It's like an
I
ostrich.
mean, this is a 15. An ostrich isn't. Well, I guess an ostrich is close to 15 feet tall, but this is
Really?
this is a large. This is almost
Yeah,
basketball-sized
they're
egg.
big.
This is large.
Wow.
Not 15 feet, but they're big.
So you're gonna put that in the Vardo?
I'll fashion some kind of.
You can eat it. You're
Little
welcome
like
to eat it.
Carsey.
We're going to have quite the menagerie.
I don't think anyone is
This is from a
suggesting
card.
that, but if they do, I will have something to say about it.
Fine. Eggs give me an
I
upset.
might
All
have
right.
thought about it.
We have more cards than I. It's kind of overwhelming.
Are you sure you want to do them now?
Well,
Do some now.
I'm worried that it's just going to get crazier.
Do some now.
We'll do some now. There's 4
Gotta get into
that are rolls from Cold Candor.
Oh, Gander, so nice.
So the first one is a 5. The
Me.
second one
Lily.
is a 1. The third one is a 2. And the last one is a 6 for me.
Nice.
Okay, you said include Jeff.
Nice.
So who did I say?
So Lily, Civ, Fahima, and you.
Thanks, Cold Gander.
Thank you. Cold candor.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, I didn't read this last one that I got before. Vorpal's Guidance.
Aw.
The viewer submitted for DM Force of Good. Amy Vorpal parts the veil of reality and appears from the 8th dimension to confer with Jeff. Choose one of the following. All enemies gain advantage on their attack rolls. All players gain disadvantage on their next attack roll. Or one boss may heal 3d6.
What?
Choose 2 if Amy is actually present. Only she was.
Stay
Only she
quiet
would.
if you're here.
All right, read your cards.
The Fibonacci numbers? Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Fibonacci.
It says Fibonacci.
Oh,
Fibonacci.
It's a wee pun.
Oh, nice.
Got it.
How we do a pun?
So the numbers are 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 13. Whenever you roll one of the numbers above on an attack roll, you may cross that number out to deal 1d4 psychic damage to the target, even if the attack missed.
Wow.
Ooh.
Cool.
Also, the candles are lit, so I'm gonna roll
Amazing.
that one. That is a 4.
Uggo.
So it's a lobster
Fibonacci,
reference, right?
just in case anyone didn't know, is a mathematician who bred rabbits.
What he's most famous for, actually, breeding rabbits.
Not the sequence.
He came up with the sequence by noticing
Yeah.
how rabbits bred.
Blue Thunder's the one that's on the right.
This
It
was
is.
from This is from the Candle
Candles.
Queens
Yes.
Yeah.
of the world.
You have one, Fahima?
Yes, she does.
Yes. Mine is called Role Model. Start your stuff by rolling a d20 in the box, and there's more instructions. I roll Blue Thunder later.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna strut.
Out of there.
Roll in the box.
Strut away.
Roll in the box.
Nice.
Roll in the box.
Give us a playful roll.
Roll.
11.
11. Can you write those down for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Hot. Show us a sexy roll.
Oh my.
Baby.
And
Roll for me.
So
Good.
glad I
why
didn't
couldn't
get
we
that.
have gotten this one?
19.
Ooh, I like that one.
Like that one.
Now finish by rolling Blue Thunder. Bam. 17. Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Pick 2 of these rolls. You can use them later as if you had the divination ability of portent.
Sweet.
You must announce them before you use them.
A 19 and a 17.
Yeah.
I
Do
assume.
you have to announce them before you roll the roll?
Yes.
Yep. Cool.
What was the low number? Was it not
11.
pretty? It wasn't low enough. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that.
I'll choose 19.
Unless you want to. I mean, yeah.
Somebody else have a card?
Can I add my modifiers? Go. To that?
I'll go.
Yeah, so it's a replace
Okay.
roll.
Superhero landing. Instead of taking fall damage, you land with one knee on one knee and slam your fist into it. Roll 1d6. The resulting wave of force converts the fall damage you would have taken into either, if it's a 1 of the 3, it becomes healing, divided equally among any creature within 10 feet of where you land, or if I roll a 4 to 6, it's damage taken by every creature within 10 feet of where you land.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Feels like a
So
shock.
dimension door me 500 feet in the air and let me land.
Wow. Yes. But you could heal them if you roll. If you roll wrong.
I have Janal's golden egg from Cold Candor. At the start of initiative, you can call out "for duck's sake" and conjure a large golden egg. You can carry it, or it can occupy Uggo's saddle with his permission. It charges up with 1d4 20-foot area quack damage, thunder. For each round, the holder does not take damage, starting at 1d4. It can be thrown at any time during combat. If not used, it will crack open and reveal 1d4 times 50 gold.
Wow.
Nice. That's awesome.
Who needs spell slots?
Wow.
Definitely an egg thing.
A lot of eggs and geckos going
And
around.
ducks.
Eggs and geckos. All right, so
That's what you should have named the episode. I'm kidding.
eggs and geckos.
Eggs and geckos.
So we are in the Vardo. Lots more cars to get to. We will get to the
Before we leave, Marsh, I mean, what sort of shops are there?
I mean, you can get out and do a perception check if you like and stroll through the city. It is the day after a holiday where everyone in town basically partied.
You're still
So-
sleeping.
Yeah.
Can I ask a game mechanics question?
Sure.
By our current land speed, how much time do I think I would wager it would take to go from Marsh to Dalto Thune?
At least 2 days, maybe 3.
Okay.
Okay. And do we have enough supplies for that, for the birds?
You do have enough supplies for that at the moment, yes.
Okay.
I think it may even take 4, depending on the road conditions might be bad because of the rains.
Right.
So you might be.
Do we have the long strider thing?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Good to know.
And we're heading towards the
Daltothin.
paladins, dwarves?
Dwarves.
Yeah.
Dwarves.
Who are paladins? Is that correct?
No, there's one in specific that's a
One
paladin.
paladin,
Yes,
okay.
that we're looking for.
Should we have
Fesh also said something. He sounded concerned. He didn't quite say what, but maybe I can cast sending to him later. He seemed happy we were heading to Dalto Thum, but he seemed also interested in having us return to Turles soon. Maybe,
So we go there after the dwarf
I guess,
city?
or after, presuming we survive the encounter with Calcutta in the Skyscorcher Peak.
Did he seem like we needed to come there before we went to see her?
I don't know. I'll send. I've got the Pearl of Power now, and so I've got an extra spell slot. So how about this? So I will use one of my regular spell slots to cast Sending to Fesh right now.
Okay.
Jimmy again. We're at Marsh on our way to Dalto Thum. What is the nature of the danger in Turles? How immediate do you think we need to return? Please advise.
And as per usual, you meditate on that message and it apparates into the ether and you feel it leave your body. And after a moment passes, you feel in your head, you hear the voice of Hirmelfesh. Up early, I see. Danger mostly to you. Find Corrigina. But what I have discovered here may alter what we know and next steps. Confer with him. Keep sending.
Okay. Sounds like he wants us to keep in touch, but he seems to think the most important thing is finding Dondo Corrigina, the paladin.
All right.
So I guess to Dolto Thum then.
Well,
He said the danger seems mostly to us. Or maybe me specifically, I don't know.
perhaps we should hit the road while it's still early.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm worried about dwarves.
I know.
We'll disguise you when we get there. You saying you're worried that they're not going to let you get into the city?
Yeah.
We can keep you in the Bardo.
Worst case scenario, we could chain you up and just say that you're a slave or a prisoner.
Or I could turn you into a mouse.
You could what?
I learned a new spell, so I can turn you all into animals, dinosaurs, all sorts of things.
Why would you choose mouse? Turn me into bear.
Well, a mouse is less threatening, I think.
Yeah, but
that's-
bear's fun.
Easier.
But I
That's
think
our
the
fun.
point here is not about fun, it's about getting into the city.
I will
could
be
spend time-
happy bear.
You could spend time with Mr. Whispers.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Can we go in a bag of holding?
I could turn you into an owl.
Go with
Well,
back.
he has his own special little portal, actually.
Yes.
Can I go in it?
If you're a mouse, sure.
I like this idea.
Well, let's hit the road before it gets too late, and we can discuss strategy once we get there. But that seems like a good option.
Yeah, there's even a giant ape.
Oh.
Oh, well.
So, who's driving?
I'll drive.
Okay. Civ climbs in front and sits in the driver's seat. Where is your mini? There it is. And off you go. You kick the reins and
Can I put land thighs in the back since she just had an egg
yeah, probably very
and pancake
tired.
in the front?
We should label them.
What, the dad doesn't get maternity leave as well?
Paternity leave?
I don't know which one the dad is. I don't know which one's male.
Yeah, you're right, it's their fault. They should tell us.
All right.
No one's
so
gonna
the,
mess up? All right, no maternity leave.
Yikes.
Paternity leave.
You're moving right along, and the wheels
Oh,
kick
wait,
into
no,
motion.
To Dolto Thum?
Yeah.
2 to 3.
Okay.
The wheels kick into motion. Mud kicked up. The legs of the Chirai kicking up mud as well. But the sky is mostly clear, and it's brisk this morning. But you see the scattered structures of marsh recede in your vision. Those of you looking out the windows, Civ, certainly you could see as you leave the tavern still decorated from the night before, and the place quiet. And you move on back onto the road. It is muddy and slow going at first, but the Achirai pick up speed, and you're moving at a pretty steady pace down the road.
Can I see off in the distance what the weather looks like in the not so distant future?
Yeah, it's more of the same. It's a cloudy day, but it looks like the storm has passed, and you don't expect rain. I mean, obviously something could come unexpectedly, but as of now,
Mountains that we're going up into, are they snow-capped? Do they look cold?
no. The range is quite a ways in the distance, but you can sort of see it in the distant horizon as there are breaks in the tree line. And there are wisps of white at the top, but it doesn't look like they are covered in snow.
No, like volcano ash or anything like that?
I mean, Skyscorcher, as when you catch a glimpse of it, which is not easy to see all the time, but there's certainly smoke coming.
Steam and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll pop
but it is
my head.
it's a ways off.
Sure.
I'll pop my head up front. Civ, let me know if you need a break.
All right.
All right?
Do you or James or Fahima have anything for harsh weather or a spell that could protect us in case there's lava or fire or something like that up there?
Not really.
Let me.
While
you
we're
guys
mobile?
hear that?
No, once we get up there, I'm just saying, do you have anything that we could use? Do we have anything we could use to protect us from the fire? I point up at Skyscorcher.
No, but yes, that'll be an interesting question once we get to Dalto Thum. If we are going to continue to Skyscorcher Peak from there, what do we do with the Vado? Because I can't imagine this thing is built for all terrain.
Has anyone been to Dalto Thum before?
No.
Does anyone know anything about Dalto Thum?
No.
Mountain town dwarves.
Probably should have asked about that when we were in Marsh.
If we get cold, I can hunt and skin deers.
Right.
Huh. Good to know.
Is there anything between here and Dalto Thum?
Well, it depends on which direction you go. As you're moving up.
Stick to the road as long as possible, probably.
Right. So the road doesn't really pass through towns on the way to Dalto Thum. It winds its way up this way, closer to the lake and the rivers.
Got it.
There are some
Fishing
towns up
villages?
here. Yeah. Smaller burgs, but yeah, there's stuff like that. Marsh, as you passed it around this area, was really the last town you'll find on the road. You can pass signs that'll take you off into other places. Braster is off in one direction, and Hovern is another farther north. But the road itself this is an old trade route that has been abandoned. The Duke of Winkberg is going to reconstitute it in the next weeks, but as of now, it really is. It's I-80 basically. It's trying to get up to Dwarven lands.
Well, perhaps if we hit a village on the way there, or a town before, we can ask some questions.
Well, I'm curious. Does the road travel, does it kind of, because it's not on there, does it kind of wind towards the east, towards the mountains, or does it wind more towards the west, towards the woods and the water?
It winds a little of both. It winds first toward the water and the woods, but I don't know how much of that you would know now. As you're going, you're going to discover as it makes its sort of serpentine path up.
There's no big billboard signs with like, this
Yeah, Dalto Thum, 120.
Best split pea soup. 84 miles.
Dwarves like eating soup.
Yeah.
We managed to find a way to stay underwater, so I think we'll find a way to walk across fire, lava.
You say that as if it's an afterthought, so yeah, maybe
it's something.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe it's something you guys can study up on the way there.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Certainly.
I'll pull out, at least for a little bit. Boy, can I tell the difference between Calcutta Theed's book and the two books if they're both in the bag of holding?
That would be tough, unless you made some sort of indicator for yourself on them.
Oh,
You put them both in the bag of holding.
We definitely
well,
did,
one had
right?
a burnt page in it.
That's correct. That's a good
burnt
thing to remember.
page.
Yeah, it did.
Excellent.
A darkened, burned page.
I will pull out the non-burned one.
Okay.
Just to see. And
Look as well.
The bag of holding.
yeah, I'm gonna spend some time on the ride. I'm gonna spend some time on the ride. Uggo's always eyeing the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And now time for mouse time?
Maybe later.
Okay.
I will. I'll spend some time studying the book a bit further, trying to study further on.
Okay.
And I know you talked about the writing getting more and more kind of
Frenzied and manic, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, a couple of things happen when you open that bag of holding. Again, this beam of light, just for a moment, pops out of it, right? You search around and you think in your mind of the book that you want, the one without the burnt page. You pull it out. You feel this strange sensation when you pick it up. Maybe one not quite unfamiliar to you, James, and maybe one that it's different, but there is an aspect to it that feels somewhat familiar. And as you thumb through it, you realize, all of you, after your experience with Vargan, that and a night's rest, that you have all progressed in experience. You feel like you have learned and progressed in your own personal journeys. And there are things that maybe the first time through the book that seemed inscrutable now look a little more like you can kind of piece a bit of it together, thinking back to the experience in the wood, the alabaster wood, and how that transformation happened from it being this bloody, horrible pool of gore into the green, cleansed area. You now sort of see that there are writings about that place in there. You see where there are writings maybe about other kinds of places that might have similar powerful meaning for whoever wrote this book.
Yikes. By the way, level 7 Warlock, I am now able to read all writing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's good timing.
He's a librarian.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you grok all of it. You know, you
Grok?
you understand. You're not able to perhaps process it. I mean, I don't think there was ever a point at which it was. I mean, there are parts that were in languages that were maybe not the ones you know, but even the stuff that's in the language that you're able to read, it's like, you know, what's that book in 7? You know, where you're like, you know, it's a bit like that, where it's like it's overwhelming, and it would require lots of study, and there are things that just seem beyond you and concepts. It's not so much that you are unable to read it.
It's like I can read the words, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And some of it's just beyond you. It's like.
Is it a coded manuscript? Is it like coded? Or?
I don't think that you would glean a code from it per se. It's more like it's like talking about recipes for food that you've never heard of.
Reads like VCR instructions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just beyond you.
Right.
But as you have now gained more experience and gained a better grasp of your own magical arts, there are things that are starting to, I get that now because I've had this experience. And having been to the Alabaster Wood, I'm able to put that together. I wouldn't have made that connection before, but now I see, that's the kind of stuff that's happening as you thumb through it.
Okay. Got it. All right, so yes, okay. And any more information I'm trying to garner about, I guess, is those locations. Is there anything I specifically see about Skyscorcher Peak or about the Wardens?
I mean, there was a lot of information back at the spell tower that you guys rummaged through that was specifically talking about Skyscorcher Peak and talking about the Deep Reef and the connection of those two places. There seemed to be a connection burrowed through. That isn't part of this book.
Okay.
This book is more, it seems to be dealing with a darker magic and and there are spells there. I mean, clearly there are, like I said, there's clearly like recipes for things that you've never heard of and you don't understand that seem to be improvised and created out of pieces of other spells, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, what would this even do, James is thinking? How would this even work together, and that kinds of thing. But there are also these bits about places in Ain that are of a theme, that are these hallowed grounds, that are these places that seem to have importance.
Maybe she's using those. If they're building new magic, maybe, the Alabaster Wood was used to help build the blood magic and the lightning magic like we saw with that spell. Maybe that came from the Storm Warden. Maybe they're harnessing the power of these places and these wardens to create new magic, as we've seen.
Place of power.
Yes. Harnessing things.
What time of day is it?
Well, I mean, this is all happening as you guys arrive, so the day is passing. If there's something specific you want to do.
No, I was just curious if we need to start looking for a place to.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're talking about is travel. So this is a day of travel that's passing as he's reading and whatever else you guys want to continue to do. Yeah.
Will you let me know if there's anything?
Spell-wise?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go do something.
Okay.
Go. I was gonna climb on top of the Vardo.
Go, the other room.
Lily also is watching.
You and I mean,
You guys are in that, this is the space that we're in.
How are you going to hide in the RV?
I'm gonna be.
She's like,
I'm going up to the roof.
What? I use awakened mind to Lily. What is she up to?
I'm going up to the roof. I'm going up to the roof.
Be careful.
I'm gonna sit cross-legged again, and I'm gonna cast Conjure Minor Elementals.
Oh
First
my
time.
goodness!
Don't set the
New
Bardo on fire. Please don't set the Bardo on fire. Please don't set the Bardo on fire.
All right, conjure it away.
All right, I'm up there.
Okay. What are you conjuring?
I'm gonna conjure 4 Magmans.
4 Magmans.
Magmans, which are these little
Bill Magman.
fire babies.
Corey Magman.
And I only have, I only got 3
For the
of them.
Magmans.
Can you put
Of the
these
Beverly Hills
Magmans up there?
Magmans?
Oh, you got Magmans.
There's technically a 4th,
All right.
but we don't. I mean, we can use theater of the mind.
Wait, you're summoning them on the Vardo?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I mean, they
As it drives at
We're
a
not there.
brisk pace down the road.
they do light things on fire when they want to, but they shouldn't just like
Let's hope.
their butts shouldn't set the roof on fire. Hopefully.
Unlike somebody we
I
know.
was gonna say it.
If they start burning the top, I'll make them a little seat.
Okay, so you you climb to the top of the Vardo, and you stand there, your hair blowing in the wind as you look down Civ, sitting in the front with the reins, the Achara clumping through this mud that's kind of dried at this point. You guys are several hours into your day. And you stand up there and you rub your hands together and you think about this brand new spell that you've learned. And you start to say the words and make the gestures that go into this conjuration spell, and your eyes go white.
Ooh.
And you see in your mind's eye the creatures that you want to appear before you. And you see them in just a split second, but in your mind's eye, it seems to be a precise procedure of constructing them, of building them out of component parts, as of putting flame in place over bone and sinew, creating these little magmen, and you construct them, and it's like as if it's sped up in your mind's eye. And as you pop them into existence, you open your eyes again, they clear, and you see them firm as a little fire. And they pop out, and they're just standing there like ready to, help in any way that they can. There's
I
these
really
little
hope someone's
fire
driving
creatures.
by going the other way. On the You got something on your roof!
Yeah.
Hi.
We're going the wrong way. Thanks, Jason Automobiles.
The best.
So you have a series of.
Yeah. 4 fire babies. I'm just gonna play with their abilities, like have them light themselves on fire, and what else
right.
can they do? They can. That's pretty much it. They just light themselves on fire and hurt people.
and hurt people. All right. So yeah, they're on fire, and then the wind kind of blows them out, and they're on fire again, and they're looking around, the wind blows them out.
Now keep going until you can keep it lit, all right? Yeah, and I'll hang out with my fire babies. This lasts for an hour.
Meep on your shoulders, looking a little side-eyed at the
Older
fire
sibling.
baby. yeah.
Getting hot in here? It's starting to get hot in here.
Yeah, the roof maybe.
Yeah, it's starting to be warm.
I'm gonna peek up top.
Yeah. When you look, what you see, you peek around the roof and you see just fire on the top, and then you see eyeballs in it, looking back at you, and little arms that stick out from burning, smoldering fire.
Hello.
Lily.
Yes? Are these your friends?
Yes. What do you come on up here?
Okay, I'm gonna reluctantly crawl onto the roof.
It's all right. They won't hurt you unless I tell them
That one
to.
looked directly into my eyes with a very intense glare.
They're perfectly harmless until they die and explode and light everything on fire, all right?
Behemoth, should you really be doing this on top of the Vardo?
Well, it's fine. I can just have me douse the flames if anything happens.
Okay.
I was thinking I can conjure all sorts of fire elementals and I could have them fight for us.
Oh, like a fire army?
Yes! Isn't that so exciting?
Great idea.
I can make 4 of these and 2 fire snakes and an azer, which is a fire dwarf, and a lava gargoyle, and methods of all kinds, smoke, lava, ice. We could use the ice ones in the volcano.
That could work. Maybe that could help douse the fire a little bit.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Bumpy road coming up. Bumpy road.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
There's buckles up here.
This is the roof, Ema. There's no buckles. I would say take them inside, but I think that might be a bad idea.
Yeah,
You see one of them reach over and touch the bottom, and a little fire pops up and immediately like douses it to you like angrily, like.
Good thinking.
Not good.
What are those things?
These are my new fire babies. They're called magmans.
Magman.
Right. And they can fight for us. They can explode into fire. They can illuminate themselves.
Can I throw them long distances?
I don't know. Why don't you try?
Oh, gosh.
Right now?
What is going on?
I'm gonna go check in with James.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go hops up on the top. Like, do I just ask him or do you
I'm
tell
gonna
him
slow
to?
the Bardo so that nobody falls off the back of the Bardo.
Yeah, there's more people on top of the Bardo than in the Bardo at this point. It is a party up top.
We really should have asked for some kind of carriage or something on top.
You didn't know how hot the top of the Bardo was gonna be.
Yeah, this is it's a party up here.
I'm gonna go inside and see James.
Yeah, you could just
Oh no!
We just need to put a railing around the top.
No kidding.
Like one of those bunk beds.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's like a tour bus.
yeah.
The double decker.
yeah, you could just pick them up and throw them as far as you can as you can.
How big are they? Are they tiny, small?
They're small, right?
Small elemental.
Yeah. And they're on fire. Yeah, size of her.
I think they can set themselves on fire.
Yeah, when they die, they explode in fire and magma. They can set themselves on fire, and they can extinguish it.
Okay,
good
so
to know.
you won't burn yourself. It'll extinguish it.
Yeah.
It looks at you. You grab it.
Well, I'm a first. Before I even touch it, like, does it have a name? Magma.
No. I want to stress this.
Yeah.
I don't want to name these things because
Because it's about to die when I throw it?
they're not going to die. You see, they're
If I throw it against that tree, it's gonna die.
well, in a sense, I suppose, but they're not.
Please don't throw anything flaming against any trees.
They're not real, right? They're just conjurations. They're wisps of fire and magic. Sort of like the table that I conjured, right?
Yeah?
It wasn't a real table that I took from somewhere else. I just sort of made it out of magic and my own soul and conscious.
Yeah, but if I take that table and smash it against someone's face, they're gonna feel it. So isn't that real?
I suppose, but I really don't think they.
I have an idea. And I grab one of the magmen and I throw it
Okay,
as far as
so
I can.
you grab it by its little neck, and its little eyes bulge out like that, and it smiles at you. And then you pick it up, chuck it, and it goes. And it hits the tree and goes. And as you guys are passing the tree, you just see this.
Oh,
As the tree goes up in flames.
Could you send Meep to put that out?
Meep.
It exploded in fire. I did not.
Right.
Let's not
don't
start
do that.
fires, please.
As you guys are going down the road, you see this tree on fire with smoke going up.
Slow down.
And the meat
I'm
flies
only going
around.
half speed.
I know.
You see Meep take off, fly around, and then you see that fire doused, and the tree there, a husk. Meep flies back and sits back down.
Thank you, Meep.
I'm gonna conjure a short sword and just like do a little twirl and go and cut one in half just to see what happens.
Right?
Wow.
It's it's standing there smiling, and the sword goes through it, and it like falls into 2 pieces, and one of them is still smiling, and they go, and they both pop into flame, right there on the front, on the top of the Bardo.
So they're not exhibiting any kind of like pain or.
No, they're there to do your bidding and act your will.
This is really great because now, when someone's far away, I can still hurt them.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like fire thing that I threw the other time.
The only thing is I have to cast this before we go into battle.
Okay.
because it takes a while. I have to sit here.
Lily, can you
about
take
it.
the reins?
Yes. Can I
gonna-
speed up?
Sure. I'm gonna get up on top of the roof and just put a blanket on smoldering bits, just so nothing actually catches.
Yeah.
What
you
is
reach
the-
down and grab a blanket from inside.
Yeah, the roof of the Vardo, is it lacquered? So it's like semi-protected?
Yeah, you guys
against-
actually specifically requested a flame-proof exterior.
Oh,
Oh, thank goodness. That's
why.
We're smarter than we know, apparently.
nice.
That makes sense for.
I mean, it's
fire
not going to.
agency.
Right, you can't drive through a inferno with it, right?
Let's test
it'll-
it out.
It's resistant. And there are,
Fireball.
I remember you mentioning specifically having some sort of pelts that have been treated. That there's some on the side, and on the top it is a
Armored.
armored.
Right.
Yeah, it is a sturdy. I mean, it's still, it's not a tank.
Right.
It's still a wagon.
Made of wood.
Right. But it is, there are, as per your request, to the best that they could fulfill your request in Winkberg, there are, treatments, paint. There's, lacquer that can be maybe not as
Perhaps we
combustive.
should wait until we stop for the night before you start blowing things up.
Oh, well, they're going to disappear soon anyway. Oh, James, before they disappear, I really think you should see my fire babies.
Well, I caught a glimpse as Uggo hucked one 100 yards that way. But yes, okay.
Everyone's seen them?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Everyone.
They're the same size as me.
Yes, maybe babies isn't the correct term.
Yeah.
Everyone roll perception.
Oh no.
Everyone on the roof. Everyone's
I'm
you're
driving.
inside.
But I've peeked my head
roll
over to get a
perception.
glimpse.
Yes, we finally have advantages. Civ, you have advantage from Dresden Dark, but it was countered by Queso Gato. Kahima, you have advantage from Uncle CW, but it was countered by Lambent Zerker. James, you have advantage from Arcano 1618, but it was countered by Grim Faded.
Grim faded.
Uggo, you have advantage from Hobo Viking.
Thank you, Hobo Viking.
Lily, you have advantage
Ooh,
from
not-
Angled Devilson, but it was countered by Grim Faded.
Aha! But I have counter disadvantage on a roll when you have advantage, but also have disadvantage. This card negates the disadvantage.
Boom.
Boom.
Yes.
Not good.
Angel Devilson gave me that card, which is a great name.
Which is funny because I think Angel Devilson gave you the
well,
advantage that.
That's funny.
doesn't
22.
22.
8.
16.
16.
Okay, so Fahima, you are completely just enraptured by your fire babies. You're not seeing anything. Civ, as you're looking back and you're still driving.
I'm driving.
Oh, you're driving, right?
Yep.
You're on top. You just put the
He's probably standing right now.
blanket down. Yeah, you notice off in the distance as you look a shadow pass over the tree line. Large. Very, very large.
Bigger than the direwolf large?
Yeah. It's very large. It's a shadow that looks like.
I look up in the sky. Is there something making the shadow? Or is it the
Yeah.
shadow on the ground itself?
You look up and the sun is blinding you, but you definitely see and hear.
Oh boy.
This is my fault.
Wings
Oh boy.
casting a giant shadow over the ground.
Civ?
Circling around it is clearly a dragon,
Whoa.
and a large one.
Whoa.
Is there... I just immediately scan for any kind of cover. Is there any place that we could go that's close to essentially hide ourselves? Like
If
a
you guys
tree
get off the
canopy?
road, there are trees as you just threw a thing on fire into a tree. There's a tree line on either side. You could pull into the tree line and kind of get some cover under the brush of the trees, under the overhang of leaves and foliage.
I'm gonna slink down next to you.
Do you hear that noise?
What's happening?
Sorry.
Quiet. And I point over towards the tree line. There's a dragon above us.
What? What color?
What color was it?
It's hard to make out as it's kind of right next to the sun, right in front of the sun. So it's hard to kind of make it out, but it certainly looks like it has a golden hue.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
What do we know about- do we know about golden
We
dragon?
know we have
Yes.
a golden dragon scale.
Do we know if they're good or
Wait a
evil?
minute. Maybe not.
We do have a dragon scale.
Yeah, what do we know about dragons?
Well, they were
In
the
this
they were the
world.
army of the sun.
Yes.
And the warden, and there was the moon and the.
Can I roll a...
You've also told us that the the dragon scale has significant meaning, and if caught with one, would be very bad.
Could be very bad, or he could want it, or it could want it returned, or if it had given this dragon scale to Calcutta Theed or someone as part of a deal. Either way, it probably wants it back and will either be very grateful or very angry with us. So
Can I roll an Arcana or History on the golden
you
dragon?
just say that like it's.
You can. I don't think you would, especially with your 8 perception. I think you're a step behind, and you're also. I don't think you have enough of a. Even Civ with his 22 doesn't have enough of a view of it to really pinpoint what type of dragon it is quite yet.
Okay.
It's a ways up in the sky, but what you do notice with your 22 is it seems to be looking for something. It seems to be scanning, and it's kind of making broad, circling flight patterns in the sky. It's flapping, but it's not flapping at a high speed as if trying to get somewhere. It's like a vulture.
We need to hide quick.
Is it looking for the scale?
Maybe. Or if
believe
it's,
so.
or it might
Open the
be,
bag and make a big.
or even worse, it might be looking for us. Specifically, if that dragon is working with Calcutta Theed, and she knows we're coming, we know that. Oh boy.
I'll pull the Vardo off of the road and kind of try and get under where you said there's some.
So yeah, you pull under trees. Unfortunately, what that does for you is obscure your view to it as well as its view to you. So you sit there for, I mean, you're stopping the Vardo, right?
Yeah.
You sit there under the tree. You hear, a stillness, and then
Is that getting louder?
no. But periodically, you hear it flying.
I don't think it's leaving.
It's not.
I'll start ritual casting the Yeoman's tiny hut,
Okay.
Okay.
which shouldn't break my concentration.
Inside the Vardo, or what do you think?
I don't think it'll fit inside the Vardo.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'll do it on the ground next
Do
to
we
the Vardo.
need the dragon scale?
Can we what?
Do we need it?
I don't know, but
Well, it's worth something.
it is worth something, and
Every time we open the bag of holding, though, it shoots a beam of light into the sky, and that's probably why this thing is here.
And Calcutta Theed was keeping it very protected, so I think we should hang on to it.
It also killed that weird flying thing.
Yes, good point.
Don't run at those again.
Okay.
You hear it kind of go into the distance a bit.
Dang.
One would circle around.
Okay.
Look, I don't think anything
okay.
is worth keeping a stolen dragon scale, right? We don't have anything to trade for that.
So do another perception check for me.
But we don't.
You have advantage from Dresden
scale,
Dark,
right?
but it was countered by Queso Plateau.
We don't. We don't.
I would rather not even have to deal with it at all.
Nope.
Nice. 20.
Oh.
Dirty?
Yeah.
Okay. So you angle your head as you're on the, you guys are all kind of low at this point, trying to stay quiet. Civ, you perk up and look through a break in the trees and through the leaves, and you're trying to make out where it is, and you see it seem to be looking at the point at which the tree went up in flames. You guys are through, which now is several hundred yards past where you are, or back from where you are. And it seems to be, circling that point, like looking, scanning.
How far away? So it's hundreds. It's a couple hundred.
Couple hundred yards, easy, yeah.
It's going to keep tracking in this area until it finds us. We're going to have to give it back to him.
We don't know that that's what it wants.
Right.
It might want to find us specifically and kill us.
Well, regardless, I think it's the only real tool we have. If I take it far enough away from here and leave it, it'll eventually shoot a beam of light into the sky again. It will go after that, and that will be our chance to run away.
Okay, have we been able to block the light coming out of it before?
Well, yeah, I mean, when Uggo originally put his hand over the top of it, it came through his fingers and it injured him.
Okay.
But it was able to sort of be smothered a bit, but it,
if we
peaked out. It's
like-
not easy. It's a large, it's like a, I don't know, like a floor tile size.
Right.
And it's not easy to squelch. Putting it in the bag of holding certainly did the trick. Okay. But
Fahima, how far can your magman run?
Huh.
I don't know. I
You
think
might have an idea.
I can also conjure something that we can keep the scale inside of, right?
Yes, but I mean,
Like a metal box of some sort.
if we're
saying that it's
conceding that
looking
we
at
should
fire.
give it away, I don't know though.
But we don't even know if this dragon is the scale.
This is true,
Just
we don't.
make a quick assumption that is the case.
Well, the other option is to have a conversation with this dragon, which
Or we use the same plan Civ had and you make Megman run down road.
or we use a distraction.
That's what I just said about Magman.
Oh, I thought you meant the magman would take the dragon scale.
No, they would be a distraction.
Oh.
As when I throw it and it turned tree on fire.
So you're still scoping out that area and you see it land on the tops of the tree, landing with this immense weight. And the tree itself, this huge pine tree, bends. And it's an adjacent tree to the one that went up in flames, and it stands, these huge clawed feet grasping this mighty tree's trunk and bending it, almost cracking it. It lands and sniffs this tree, this burnt tree, and then takes off.
What color is it?
It seems to be golden.
And the scale was gold, right?
It was.
Does it leave or start circling again?
You see it fly up into the sky.
I could cast sending on it.
If it has the
We've
powers.
seen it.
If it has the powers that we have, it had in our memories that we had. No, we do not survive.
It's hunting us.
Okay, I have a question. Do we need to keep the dragon scale or can we get rid of the dragon scale?
It's not worth it.
Okay, so here's an idea. What if we created a distraction with one of your firemen and
We'll have to move quickly because they're about to disappear.
we get the Vardo running, and then I've been working on something where I can, in Bingle, I had to be really quick at getting to all the tables, so I've been working at trying to, move fast, and I can go with Dimension Door, I can go very fast. So if I take the dragon scale and you guys keep moving, I can get 500 feet to you and we can get on the Vardo and
Can you take one of us with you?
I can, but I think it would be better if I don't, right? If I just take the dragon scale and then I come directly to you.
But
Why
one
as
of us,
opposed-
maybe Fahima or I could also help you distract it.
Why you as opposed to an expendable
Right.
conjuration?
Because then she could cast herself back.
Because I can cast myself back and because I can hold the scale with me.
She could do what we needed to do. That's a good idea.
Magman can too, though.
But I'm confused. Wow.
But what if the magman gets out of the trees and is killed immediately?
It'll still have the scale. The Magman have scale.
Right.
Can it be trusted with a scale and
Does whatever I wanted to do.
Whatever.
The magman? It's
It's not quiet. It's a wooden structure going over uneven terrain.
Right.
It's going to make noise.
Are the birds loud?
Not particularly. They're like horses running on the ground. It's not dissimilar from a stagecoach. It's not going to be a quiet thing.
To
but
wait
it's
to
not-
cover of night and then move.
I think it's gonna find us before then.
Can dragons see in dark?
dragons can do a lot.
Probably.
I think it might be good to use your magman to create a distraction, I guess is what I was thinking.
Set something on fire.
Set something on fire, I'll take the scale another way, and then I can get back and we could have moved forward.
I could see it now. I could say something to it to try to find out its motivations. I mean, this might help clear that up.
But it would alert the dragon.
But it wouldn't tell us where we are. It wouldn't tell it where.
Well, we don't know that. Gold dragons.
Maybe, but I don't think sending works that way. I think I could be talking to it from anywhere.
You wouldn't leave some sort of magical signature?
What are you gonna ask it?
What it wants. We're passing through. We mean it no harm.
Whatever you're going to do, do it quick.
Yes.
Yes, do that, and then I'm gonna take something out of my disguise kit and get ready to take the dragon scale out.
All
You
right.
don't have to go, Lily.
I do know that dragons are intelligent.
commandment.
Yes, that's
That's certainly according to the stories you've heard. I mean,
Right.
you've never encountered one, but you've heard them very intelligent. I mean, everything. Yeah, everything you've heard about dragons is a terrifying story.
I'll conjure you a little
This is a good idea.
music box type thing that you can put the scale in and close in.
Okay.
What do you say?
I do not think this is a good idea.
What do you think?
Hide. I know that is probably very shocking to you.
No, but I mean, we can only hide for so long.
Till dark time and then leave.
Well, I think I would be the most resistant to any sort of fire attack, but I have a feeling it's much more intelligent than that, and it could charm one of us.
Can you at least make Lily invisible if she's going to do this?
Well, then I'll lose the magman.
I don't think the magmen are going to matter. This thing is probably here for the scale. It doesn't care about little burning creatures.
But the point is the distraction.
Invisible's a good idea. Should you go, Sid?
But if you make me invisible, can you still cast fireballs?
Yes.
I
you
would
could shoot
rather
those
we
away.
all do this together than alone. We talk about sticking together. If we are going to reveal one of us to the dragon, then we should all be there.
Uggo, I'm not gonna reveal myself.
I don't think it's up to you.
I can definitely turn you invisible. I'm worried that it won't make a difference, the gold dragon.
All stories I know of dragons are they have abilities beyond anything we understand.
Okay.
All right, then we just bury it here and we leave. If you're all so worried about the dragon killing any one of us, then why even bother risking it?
I don't know. That's what I was saying.
Fine. And I'm gonna jump out, go to the nearest, like, loose dirt area in this crop of trees and take out my claws and just start digging a small hole.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get that hole dug, I look back at Lily. Go ahead and start it up.
The Vardo?
Yes.
I'm gonna use my cartography skills that I never use to kind of make a map to remember where this spot is.
Good idea. Yeah. You note the tree line and the road, and you've sort of been keeping track of how long you've been going, and you're able to get a rudimentary juxtaposition of the places that you've been and how far along the road you are.
I get out with Civ, and while he's digging that,
If as soon as I take it out of this bag, it might shoot up another beam of light, and then we're going to.
yeah, but it's also going to hurt you, so I'm going to grab it and put it in there before you do. Hold open bag,
You
grab,
could just
put it.
bury it in the box I conjured,
Yes.
Oh,
and it'll disappear after an hour.
Fine.
but it.
I take her box, bring Uggo over to the hole, hold up the bag of holding, think of the golden scale and reach inside, and then put it in this immediately.
Immediately. Before it gets out fully.
All right. Just roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Me or him?
Whoever's doing it.
I would be much better at this.
Big roll.
Uggo, you have advantage from Hobo Viking.
Uggo, should you let Civ do this?
It's going to hurt him.
No disadvantages? Ooh!
Very big roll.
Got a long way to wait for me.
Roll in the box.
We'll roll in the box, sure.
And I gesture at Lily, I gesture and I'm like, don't stay here.
Yeah, I'm not doing it until they are on the move.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so they are left you in the
I'm not going like full speed. I'm going very quietly.
17.
18 is the first one.
Okay.
12 is the second.
Okay. So you bring the box into the bag, and you feel for the disc, and you've got the bag tightly around your arm to try to cover up any sunlight that comes out. And you feel it, and you slam it in and close the lid, and you pull it out, and you've got this box that seems to be sealed magically. It's a magical box. It seems to be sealed, and no light is being emitted from it.
Putting it in the dirt, cover
Yeah.
that dirt up.
Yep.
As fast as we can.
Best you can, and then hightail it to the
Okay.
Vardo.
And you guys are out of there.
As much as I'm removing anything from the outside of the Vado that might make us seem conspicuous. Let's just be travelers on our way.
And you pull the Vardo, and it's already moving. And as you run up to it and jump on, you grab that handhold that you requested be attached to it.
Everyone inside.
On the side.
Inside.
And Uggo, you turn back and look at the road.
Our baby's inside.
And Everybody is inside, save for Uggo on the side, looking back and spying, and you see massive golden wings land on the ground, on the road, in the center of the road with trees on either side. And it stands there, tucked its wings back, and it looks down as you stand, and it diminishes in size as you pull away down the road, and it stands staring, and then it looks, you see it, as it recedes in your view, it looks over to the spot that you buried and starts walking over there as you turn the corner. And that's where we're gonna go to intermission.
Oh!
But.
First dragon! No, not first dragon.
But we have a bunch of cards.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that
Again?
now, right before we go to
Wow.
intermission.
Cool.
Because there's a lot to get through, and I'm hoping we can read them quickly. and
Yes.
we can go to
Absolutely.
intermission.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Civ has 2 forces of good from Youngblood.
Youngblood.
Fahima has 2 forces of good from Youngblood and a force of good from Brush of Tie.
Thank you. Wow.
And
That's
2
so generous.
a force of evil from Grim Faded and a force of evil from Dream Blaze.
Popular.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Super popular.
And James, you have force of evil from Grim Faded, 2 forces
Thank
of force of good from Angel Devilson,
Okay.
2 forces of good from Patyrus Stormblade,
Oh, man.
2 forces of good from Youngblood.
Oh, man.
Uggo, you
You're
have.
gonna have to read those again.
Yeah, these are. It's a lot.
Holy.
It's a lot. We're gonna try to get through it. Uggo, you have 2 forces of good from Youngblood.
Oh, wow.
Wow, young blood.
Lily, you have a force of evil from Grim Faded, a force of good from Angel Devilson,
Grim Faded,
a
you
force
hate
of good
us.
from Patyrus Stormblade,
It's all
2
love.
forces of good from Youngblood,
Wow.
a force of good from Queso Gato, a force of good from Storm of Blades.
Dang.
Wow, guys.
Jeff, can you repeat the second? I
So,
got Grim Faded and
no.
evil. What was the evil Grim Faded?
I don't even
and
know.
Story hour over here.
Yeah.
Should I just start?
Yeah.
Okay, push your luck. After you make a d20 roll, you may spend this card to re-roll. If you roll higher or the same, you may keep the new result or repeat this effect. But if you roll lower, you must keep the new result. Thank you. Blessings of the Wayfarer. Maybe all that time at the temple to the Wayfarer got the god of commerce's attention. The next time you negotiate with the merchant, they are especially friendly towards you. Any wares you purchase are discounted by 25%.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Hima.
Smash, viewer submitted. Next time you fall prone, an overwhelming force smashes you with orcish might.
Orcish.
Is ogreish.
Oh,
orcish.
ogreish.
Ogreish might. You take 2d10 bludgeoning damage. Now you know how the clam and the Achirai rider felt.
Wow.
Second evil is the dungeon runvention. You are teleported to a convention for the dungeon run for a single second. But even though it was only a second, it was so crowded that you were knocked prone, and you were so disoriented that you take 2d8 psychic damage, which you'll take now, which is 12 psychic damage.
Ouch.
Now, forces the good. Chaomancy. You've been around the amulet a long time now. You even feel as though you might be able to control it. In combat, you can attempt to cast a force of evil aimed at you at an enemy you can see. Ooh! On your turn, as an action, roll a DC 15 Wisdom or Intelligence check. On a successful, draw a force of evil to be applied to an enemy. You may keep trying on subsequent turns until you succeed. Cool. Orcish Things Affiliate Scheme. You find a flyer for Orcish Things in your back pocket. You must have picked it up from Igly back in Turles and forgotten about it.
Oh, Igly.
If you give one of these to an orc or someone else with an interest in orc-related goods, the next time you take a long rest, roll 5d20 and receive that much gold in commission. Okay. Standard of the Fate Forged, a battle standard depicting Fahima, Uggo, Civ, James, and Lily in front of their respective wardens. Cool. During combat, ram this into the ground to grant one effect of choice to the party for 1 round. Resistance to damage type of choice, or change all damage dealt to one specific type.
Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh, cool. All right. Force of evil, death and taxes. One thing is certain, you have a choice to make. Either you take -3 to your next 2 death saving throws, yikes. Or you take -50% to the next 2 sources of gold you find. Apologies in advance if this card kills Civ.
Wow.
Funny. Yikes, though.
That's a
Forces
bad
of
one.
good. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Next time you're dealt a force of evil card that causes damage or a negative effect with a duration, simply grab this card, yell, hey ya, and shake, shake, shake it like a Polaroid picture. The damage or duration of effect is halved. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Mega Ball. You just found a ticket to the Ein Super Mega Ball Lottery Sweepstakes. Everyone at the table, including Jeff, picks a number from 1 to 20.
17.
All right, hang on. All right.
7 to make it easy.
17, 7. Jeff?
3.
3. I'll say 12. I'll go.
13.
13.
2.
All right. Now roll a d20 5 times in the box, depending on how many numbers you match. No 5. 5 was the first one.
9.
9, no. All right, we have to roll
Just like the real lottery.
5 times.
14.
No 14s.
Fourth roll. 8.
No, come
Fifth
on.
one, last one.
Come on. 13!
Yeah.
50 gold.
Nice. And then
That's
you have
awesome.
to have that for your Force of Evil?
Oh, the next 2 sides. So yes, 25 gold. Yes, because I don't want to take -3 to death saving
Hell
throws,
no.
especially when dragons are around.
Yeah.
The power of might, power of right. Perform a combination move with the player closest to you, both rolling dice together for hit, and then damage taking the highest to use as your rolls. If at any point you two rolled the same number, add a d6 of additional damage for this righteous combo move.
Whoa.
Yeesh. Okay.
My brain hurts.
Deflect. Oh, yeah. The amulet conjures an energy barrier in front of your character. All damage is absorbed and is redirected through a beam of energy at another party member. No.
Oh.
They have the opportunity to make DC 16 dex saving throw to take half damage or full damage on a fail. Civ, that's coming at you. Shadow Strike. After you have successfully attacked one enemy, you can instantly teleport up to 30 feet and attack another enemy. But if the second attack misses, that enemy is allowed an immediate attack against you.
Oh.
Interesting.
Fair. Fair.
Okay, cool.
Standing out in the crowd. Viewer submitted. There are so many dice to roll, but only certain numbers immediately catch your eye. Grab as many dice as you can fit in your hands and roll them. Count how many max, 20 on a d20, 12 on a d12, etc., and 1 rolls you get. So count how many of the max and the ones you get.
Okay.
Add the number of max rolls to a damage roll, or use the number of ones rolls as healing. You may decide after rolling.
Oh.
Save my save. Viewer submitted. In the event of a failed saving throw, this card can be just used to pass it.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Force of Evil first. Jorls die, D-I-E. On your next D20 roll, all numbers except 20 are changed to 1. Life is pain.
Oh.
Boom.
If you roll a d20, if you roll a 20, then it's fine.
I know, that is good. So I'll just only roll
Roll
20s.
20s.
Strength through adversity. Whenever your advantage is blocked by disadvantage on a roll, choose 1. Make a mark on this card, or spend this card instead of rolling. Treat the result as being equal to the number of marks on this card. Okay, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hidden in the seams. The next time you miss an attack, your weapon/spell finds a weak point in the enemy's clothing and aims for that, granting you a reroll. Nice. Potatoes of bludgeoning. A brilliant flash from the amulet radiates out, and out from the amulet flies a potato. The potato can't be avoided and hits any enemy of your choice by dealing 1d8 plus 5. That's what I think.
Heavy potato.
Got you monologuing. The next time Jeff monologues as an enemy of the party, wait until he's done, then exclaim, I am rubber, you are glue, whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. The enemy takes 1d12 psychic damage from their own speech. Also, don't read this next part out loud.
I added the wait until.
I swear. I was like, wait until.
The void is voided. On the next failed saving throw, you feel a pull at you from the void. Due to this void, you were pulled back through the time. Was that a dinosaur? And shoved back out right before you made the roll. You can try to redo your saving throw with disadvantage. Okay. Boiling bubble buddies. Boy, it sure is great to be a germaphobe. You get surrounded by a 10 by 10 square bubble. The outside is hot to the touch and deals 1 fire damage to anyone who touches it. It can only be popped by you and 1 other of your choice. Last until popped.
10 by 10?
I'm gonna go in my bubble and never come out.
That's a huge bubble. It's a huge bubble. Okay.
Especially for me, because I'm 3 foot.
That was a lot.
Get a battle!
I appreciate it. We are so grateful for all the support. This
Yes,
this
this is
dragon. Let's do
amazing.
Let's fight! Let's fight! Let's go!
Now you
Got
probably
cards.
could. Also, I had the thing on my screen and I wasn't seeing the show loves. And I was like, where's the nerdy show loves? They were there the whole time. And now I see them. So I want to thank Queso Gato, the real Tabaxi Rogue, the real Tabaxi Rogue. Fat Papa Power, that's throwing the gauntlet down. Raider Zero, lots of others that I'm sorry I had my thing scrolled in the wrong place. We are going to intermission. Again, thank you. We appreciate being back. I know there was a lot of cards thrown at you. It's a little chaotic, but I think we're moving right along on the road to the mountain. So Airband's going to take care of you. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back. See you soon.
Wow.
Forget it. Forget it. Just put it away. It's good. Yes, I'm fine. Hello, everyone. Yes. Ha 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 ha. Ah! Cogwheel, what on earth? Why? We're not even at the intermission yet. We were just starting. Milo. No. Stay. All right, drop down to the knee. Yes. All right, lay on your back. That's, I think, the best way to do it. All right, hold on 1 second. Mr. EMT, yes, can you go over there and see if you can resuscitate him? Yes, he's not looking good. No. They've given him a Milo's ball. No, a Milo's ball. When they touch it, it doesn't matter. When they give one, he's going to die. Please check him. All right, wonderful. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our intermission. I did want to just say thank you all for being here. Please, while we are in this intermission, don't touch Milo's bowl. Cogwheel, you were a little early on that one. No joke. We resuscitated him once. We're probably going to have to bring him back again, but I don't know if that's going to work a third time. So please, stop. Oh, what is that? A deck of cards? What on earth? Random guy, do not. Listen, okay, here's the deal. I don't have any friends. Yes, you could consider yourself my friends if you'd like. But Milo, though my minion, is also my only friend. Please don't take him away from me. Please. Now, that being said, let's just enjoy each other's company for the next 10 to 15 minutes, all right? No, Jubal, no. Don't touch the ball. Do not. N-O-T, not do, but do not. You're not very nice to your friends. Dream regardless. What do you mean? To you? I'm trying to tell you not to kill one of my friends, which would be your friend if we are precisely that, friends. You see? By proxy. He's your friend, I'm your friend, you get it. So don't hurt him. If you continue to do so, then we will not be friends. Dreamblaze, why do you not get the idea? What is it? Weren't you the one who kept saying before that you were trying to save Milo? Now all of a sudden you want him to die? Is that what it is? Explain yourself! Oh my goodness. Mr. Ice. Or Mrs. Ice, whatever your name... He's passed. That's right. Yes, the EMT is telling me now. Yep. All right. Thank you. The time of death was what? 8:16 p.m. Pacific Standard. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you, but Cogwheel and Burr Ice have been the reason for the death of my greatest friend and ally and minion, Milo, the minion. He's dead. Let's take just a moment to bow our heads in silence. Milo, while I have my eyes closed, tell me, I'm trying to be in your mind right now. Are you still alive? You are. Good. Okay, listen, here's the deal. Pretend like you're dead. Let's just hope this whole thing passes without any additional problems. Good? All right. Just keep your heart from beating. Don't let it beat, okay? Good? Fine. Yes, all right. Now that we've lost Milo, we can commence with never touching the bowl again. The bowl is now off limits and broken. I'm being told by the producers of the show that the bowl is broken and cannot be touched. Fantastic. You're driving where, Lord Uzrathe? There was another bowl, but wait, what do you mean, Tabs? What do you mean there was another bowl? There was another one from Burr Ice? No. The last one was from Burr Ice. Or was there another? No, there was 2! Wait a second. Burr Ice, did you want to kill Milo? Was that your intention? Say it. Yes or no? Fahima is the new Milo. Queso Gato, or should I say Cheese Cat. You have earned today's most evilest of all the Watchers in the Watcher group. Do you understand? You are the evilest of all. Congratulations. Everyone, please, pronounce after me. I am a cheese cat, and I am super evil. That's right. I'm a cheese cat, and I'm super evil. The evil is Lord Ereband. Random guy, you're wrong. Oh, Dreamblaze, I cast heal on Milo. Let's see, maybe this will save him. You can't save him! He's dead! Don't you? You all think this is just a game. Yes, the game that they are playing on that table there to my, my left? Yes, that is a game. Albeit a very realistic and scary and very emotional game, but a game. Milo, though, is a real living minion that is now dead. And I have you to thank. I cast Revive on Milo. Revivify, Gamer Share? Let me say this. I appreciate it. But unfortunately, that ain't gonna work. 'Cause Milo is effing dead. Yes. Effing dead. Not just dead, effing dead. Look at him. He's a lifeless, limp body. We never liked Milo. Jubal, why don't you come down here and say that to my face? Does anyone here know the address? Please let Jubal know, and Jubal, please come down here. I like Milo more than Lord Annoying. Oh, random guy. I'll tell you what, I will give you the address directly. 11111 Main Street. Los Gatos, California. Yes, that's right. The Cats, California. 96641. Be here or be square. Cast uneffing dead? You got this, Lord Ereband? Midnight Sin. What are you, crazy? I don't cast spells like that anymore. Milo just disappeared. He's literally gone. Cogwheel. I was lying to you all this last few minutes, assuming Milo would be fine if everyone would just leave the ball alone. He's now disappeared. He is actually dead. It's over. This whole thing is over. I need a new minion. And Lambert Zerker, I don't know what you're up to over there, but you and Queso Gato have something against Fahima, and I don't understand it. Why is it that everyone wants a force of evil for Fahima? What did she do to you? What? What did she do to you? Dreamblaze, I cast Death Ward, so he is not... Dreamblaze, you're living in a fantasy world. You're living in a fake world. This is real life. Look at me. If you were here and you were touching my face, it would be real squid flesh. Yes, squid flesh. I said it. It is really illithid flesh, but yes, squid flesh. And this is real life, and you have killed my own minion. My own one, only one. I want to be your new minion. All right, Lovejoy. Well, here's the deal. I'll be doing, I don't know if it's an audition or just taking resumes, but please be here on the eve of the morrow, and I will be checking out new minions at that time. Anyone, as a matter of fact, that would like to come down and audition or give their resume to be my minion, please do so. You'll want to be here at 11111 Main Street, Los Gatos, California, 96242. I think that's right. Okay, Jubal, have I ever eaten calamari? Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. and it was absolutely disgusting. Never ask me a question like that again, or I shall destroy you and each and every one of your loved ones. Is that clear? Supreme Leader Milo, get out of it. Goofy, you're out of your mind. He's not, if anything, he was just a minion. But one that I loved. But certainly don't call him that. All right. I need to tell you about something very special to my heart. Are you ready? Anyone? Here? Ready? Anyone at all? No, not T-shirts, Sean Patrick. No, not shirts, Music Man. No, not mugs, Diced Capes. No, not farts, Patrick Edge. Not plushies. Not Amy. You people make me so frustrated. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about digital items. Branded Nerd, fantastic. You win today's award of the best person I know. There are 7 unique digital items that could influence this game, and I will tell you about them all now. Show love. That's when you show love. It's the hearted balloons, you see? When those come up. No, not that one, Cogwheel. Please, that's a snowball. No. Show love is the heart balloons. If you would like to show love, do it that way. Secondly, you can give advantage. That's the star. You see? It looks like a star. That's an advantage. Do you want to know what an advantage is? I'll tell you. It's the ability to roll 2 20-sided dice at once, and you take the highest number. Good? On the opposing side, you can also play disadvantage. That's the red card. See? What does that do? Does anyone know? Well, let me tell you. Because we're all so slow. If someone has a disadvantage and not an advantage, because a disadvantage will counter an advantage and leave it null and void. But if they don't have an advantage and they have a disadvantage, then they roll 2 20-sided dice and they take the lowest. And why is that? Because life is pain! Now, you can also give any one of the players a force of good card. That's the little treasure chest. And that's when they get a card that does something nice and good and helpful. Opposingly, if you want to be like Lambert Zerker or Queso Gato or any of those ones, no, Tabs, that's a yellow card. My goodness gracious sakes alive. Then you can do a force of evil. If you do a force of evil, you are potentially harming one of the players, even possibly on the road to killing them. So don't do it unless you hate them. It's not good. And when you buy any one of these digital items, please, I mean please, specify which player at the table it is for, because if you don't, then I will make the decision for you. And remember, it's on you. Finally, you can purchase an IOU. And when you do, it will light a candle. The Candle Queen will come out. She is wonderful and fantastic. Amanda's her name. She will come out and bring a candle out to where the candles are and light it, and it'll be wonderful. And when the goal of 20 candles is reached, a force of good card will be awarded to a random member of the team, which is a good thing. Finally, last but not least, it doesn't even really matter anymore. Because he's dead. My only friend in the entire world. My minion, the dead and lonely and oft dead, because he's died a few times today, Milo. Milo's ball. If you touch Milo's ball, really all you're doing at this point is just re-killing Milo, who's already dead. Ultimately, what it will do, if you do it enough, is it will give a force of evil card potentially to the team. Is that what you want? I didn't think so. So stop it. And that is all. So now what? What do you want? I am so sick of all of you. At first, I was so excited for this intermission, but then you killed my friend. Some of you are to blame, not all of you, but some of you. Look at Dabs throwing ice-cold snowballs at Milo's body. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What is it about you and your needs and your hate for others that you would do that? It's not fun. It's a friend. What would you take one of your Let me ask you a question, everyone. I'm going to include all of you. Would you walk your friend out onto a very busy street, and while cars are driving by at a very high rate of speed, would you tell your friend to simply walk out into the street? All right, Lord Ozrath would. That's dangerous. Remind me never to hang out with you. Nope. I see no here, no. Only if they're blindfolded, says Mr. Whisper. Too late, absolutely goofy. Remind me not to hang out with you as well. Would not be the first time, nay, yes. Look it, I am dealing with a bunch of psychopaths. You're a bunch of psychopaths. Or at least some of you are. All right, I'm taking one. I'm going to do a poll. Who here wants to be a minion? You will have to serve me in every way, shape, and form. And you need to have a cool name, like Cheese Cat, or something similar. And you cannot be human. You must be some sort of animal. TK, you're in? All right. I already serve you, my lord. All right, good, but not as a minion. You're an independent minion. I don't need no lord, says Youngblood. Fine, then you don't need... Listen, I'm not telling you you have to be. I'm telling you who wants to be. All right. Now, those of you that said that you would like to be, please do the following. Write, I am Lord Ereban's new minion. Write it now. Now, for those of you that like any of these names or these people, please upvote the one that you would like. For instance, is it Multiverse Cleric? You upload that name. Queso Gato, you upload that name. TK421, you upload that, and so on and so forth. Please don't vote 1,000 times. Just once, maybe even twice, maybe 3 times. But don't vote on everyone. All right, so far it is TK. All right. TK, are you good at making... cream, what is the name of it? It's my favorite beverage, and I can't remember it now. Cream sodas. Can you make those? No, but I'm willing to learn. Start now. Good. All right, TK421, you are going to be my new minion. Now, you will have to go through a few trials and tribulations before I can actually align with you and allow you to be and maintain the role of minion. All right? Are you willing to do that? TK421 does have a new post. Was that a joke? Oh, wait a second. That is. Does he have to tuck me in at night? Yes, he does, Snibugator. I can make cream soda brain vodka without the vodka. Soviet Potato, you may be in the running to be a minion as well. All right, you can smite my enemies. Fantastic, Dreamblaze. Good news, you're not going to be my minion. Yes, you have to get my spritz before every on-camera experience. I'm barely aligned to Ereban. He requires a certain touch. Moonlily, yes and no. I'm not really sure why that was even stated. How do you know I require a certain touch? I.e., you need to touch, you need to be careful with me, walk on eggshells, you have to be worried about my energies? Ask Lord Vader how TK421 worked out for him. Very funny. All right, Dreamblaze, if you can do that, I will accept it. If I was Lord Ereban, I would accidentally murder whom? Random guy. Whom? I am a vindictive lord, Lord Ozrath. Very much so. Can I be Milo's minion? Milo is more fun. Hey, Doug in Texas, good luck. He's dead. Will you join me in a musk stick vodka? No. You mean like the pink stuff from Australia? They're absolutely atrocious. I tried one the other night. It was forced on me, and I will never eat one again. Don't you dare. Who is Barry Araban? Yes, that's right, Navigator. Try Avery's Totally Gross Soda. Nwop. It is evil. Am I saying that right? Nwop. Wonderful. Good. All right, TK, be ready for your first, minioning next Wednesday. If you're not there, you're out. And I'll choose another. Listen, Vosh, of course I have sorrow. Milo has been my greatest ally and friend for over 400 minutes, at least. It's the longest I've ever known someone. So yes, it's a great loss. All right, everyone, I'm done with you. Now, I do want to thank all of you who have shared tonight's show. If you have not, please do so. Please, 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 I ask you. And remember, I'll be joining you again in your social conversations around the game, although I don't really want to, because I don't really like any of you right now, because you've killed my minion. But now, it's time to rejoin our adventures.
And we're back. Yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Amazing amount of support this episode. So, after a unsettling brush with a dragon,
Indeed.
the Vardo continues down the road. And you guys are getting now close to dusk, close to night. Another night of travel coming to a close. The Achirai are doing great. They're, raring to go. That you have that long strider feat. They haven't needed any rest up to this point, but you see the sun setting and the night falling on the woods and on the road. And as you've gone through the day, you've noticed that the foliage in this area has started to change a little bit, from pine trees and evergreens to more autumnal colors, reds and oranges, leaves that have changed. It's quite a sight to behold. It's really quite beautiful. But it's still sort of a forested area on either side of you. But you are coming close to night here.
Is it fall right now? Seasonally?
Yeah, it is late fall.
Got it.
Do we see, and I guess we're on the lookout for a place to stay.
Right.
Safe.
If you see anything that's either a good place to camp or a good place to hide.
Imagine I'm still driving.
Right.
I may, yes, if we can find some place to hide, some place to tuck the cart away, I may have a new spell that could help us provide us some additional cover.
What? What is it?
You'll see.
You're keeping it a secret?
A little bit.
I'll allow it.
Well, thank you. Are your fire babies still around?
So Jeff, I guess I'll be looking as I'm driving. If
They'll
there's
last
a
an
place
hour.
that
Oh, okay.
pops out.
I mean, there's a number of areas that you could pull off the road and find a bit of respite, find a bit of cover, if that's what you're looking for. I mean, is there anything specific that you really want to find?
Well, we're getting into a rocky area, right?
Yeah, it's a
Over
little
there.
rockier. It's a little, it's still forest, really. It's still...
Probably a place where we could pull off and set up camp, but kind of hide, I assume, our Vardo and
Right.
be...
Either a thick crop of trees or a rock outcropping.
Okay.
That would be great.
Lily, roll a survival check for me. You have advantage from Snake Master 89, but it is countered by Grim Fated.
And I have Joral's die.
Oh.
What does that say?
What does it mean again?
On your
They're
next
all ones.
D20 roll, all numbers except 20 are changed to 1.
Oh,
Well, I rolled a 2, so
much different, really.
yeah.
So yeah, you are.
Grim
She's like, let's camp in that empty pit over there filled with bones.
Yeah.
I'm like, you see
Should we just stop in the middle of the road? Because that way we're just ready to go in the morning.
Can I give her one of my portent rolls?
If you'd like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't announce it before she rolled it, but
oh, is that what? That's the card where you have to announce it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
So yeah.
It's all right.
I assume someone will take over.
Well, no, I mean, Lily, your idea of roughing it is like a bungalow on the end of the beach.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
You're not a lot of experience camping, although you've
No.
been camping with the group for a while now. But yeah, it may be perhaps difficult for you to find anything that
Okay.
seems like a good place to camp. You're just going to keep going.
Hey, Siv,
Yes?
how does one identify a campsite?
That's a great question.
You're good at stealthing around, and
Right.
I'm come from an area that's basically a large summer camp.
Yes. I prefer to sleep in areas where I can hide and where it's defensible.
Okay.
So,
Caves.
right. A cave or something where you can put your back up against a wall but still be able to escape if things get ugly.
Okay.
Is that a real question, or is she just trying to be nice so it's not awkward?
So,
I have no idea.
stopping in the middle of the road's not an option.
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to help you find a place to camp?
It might be good.
All right.
Yeah.
How about to? I look.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess Uggo and I'll pop out on either side, and I'll search to the west, and he can search to the east.
Okay, so you have advantage from Z-Man 9018, but it was countered by Grim Fated. Uggo, you have advantage from the Carson.
Wow.
And you guys are rolling survival.
Thanks, the Carson.
Also, we have Love, Will Bitson, Tabs 925, Beard Me Strength, Drew from It, that guy named Rodney. Thank you so much for your balloons. We love it.
Drew from It or Drew from IT?
Ooh.
Yeah, when you say it that way, I feel pretty foolish.
Maybe he was.
Tell us, Drew.
Maybe he was in the movie It.
Maybe he was in the movie It.
I think it's Drew from It.
Drew from Information Technology.
Drew from IT.
Give it to you.
I got a 13 on my.
We're a tech company. That's why you're in Caffeine.
Super techie
You're
around
a
here.
storyteller.
I don't know.
True story. I got a 20.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. What did you get, Siv?
13.
Yeah. I think Uggo is the one to spot a place that seems perfect. It's a ways off the road, so you're gonna have to go over less than ideal terrain. The wagon bounces and bumps. The wheels creak and bounce on the uneven terrain over rocks and grass, but you get to an area that looks more tucked away. There are some bushes that are easily kind of pushed past, and there's a bit of almost even a cove there, not quite a full cave, but an indent in the rock and tree line that Uggo has identified that seems pretty good size for the Vardo to be well hidden from eyes from the road.
So we're up against some trees and rocks.
Yeah,
Great.
there's like a sort of a bit of a rise into rocks that you could park the Vardo up against, and then the tree line in front of it blocks a view from the road. So you're a ways in, and again, it's autumnal colors. There's leaves on the ground, and it's rather nice.
Whatever over the area where our tracks are, I will get out as soon as we stop, and gonna start casting something, which is gonna take 10 minutes to cast. It's not a ritual cast, it just takes 10 minutes to cast. I'm gonna start casting hallucinatory terrain.
Okay, hallucinatory terrain it is.
4th level spell.
Nice.
You make natural terrain in a 150-foot cube in range look, sound, and smell like some other sort of natural terrain. I'm basically going to put, like, make it seem as if the rocks and the trees, if you were looking in it, completely cover this area.
Okay, great.
And
I feel like I could have done that on the road with Lily.
How long
yes,
does it last?
24 hours.
Oh, baby!
So as the rest of you get out and start dealing with the Achirai and unhitching them from the wagon itself and moving them around, James starts conjuring, and you see it takes 10 minutes. It takes time, but the ground and everything seems, to your perception, to move and morph and build up around you. Trees start to grow and leaves start to sprout and things encase the area you're in. It takes a full 10 minutes, so it's a rather slow process, and the rest of you kind of keep back checking and
Turn around. And
yeah, is that tree bigger than the last time I looked at it? It isn't an illusion, but it is one that is convincing even to your eyes as James pulls it off. And by the end of the 10 minutes, you are in a canopy of forest, and even
I'll put it like basically all the way up against the road.
Okay.
And I'll try and make it smell like just, pine trees and crisp mountain air, no smells of smoke, no anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very useful spell. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, good work.
Bravo.
Yes.
Where'd all these trees come from?
They're not real.
Like her table not real? Like if I hit me in the head?
No, like not real.
They're not there?
You can stick your hand through it if you like.
I have got to learn how to cast magic.
If you want, you can try an intelligence check and try to beat my spell save DC.
Sure, yeah, let's do that. Fine.
sure, Uggo, you have advantage from Hazimus.
I would like to roll as well.
All right, so you have advantage from Hazimus as well, actually.
Nope.
Hey, we got a
22.
These trees look very real to me.
Well, to Uggo, you cannot discern the illusion. To Civ,
This is trees.
it basically, as you stare a little longer at it, you kind of see the vague image of these fake trees and mountains superimposed on top of the regular terrain as it is.
That's trippy.
Yeah, very hallucinatory even.
I'm just gonna be playing with it for a while, like tracing the lines, and trying to see the difference between, really trying to discern the difference between the illusion and what's real.
Yeah.
So if there's a real tree and a fake tree next to it, I want to kind of test each.
Sure.
Love that Arcana skill.
James,
Yes.
did you cast a spell on Civ? He looks a bit confused.
I mean, it's a little disorienting, I'm sure, but
He's doing that thing from Sesame Street. Near, far, near, far.
And I'm just like, nope, near every time, every time.
I'll also cast the ritual create campsite so we can take a load off while our little servants do that.
nice.
Okay.
I'm going to be gone for several hours.
What?
What do you mean?
We need clothes for cold weather.
Oh,
How cold is
You're
it going to
go
be?
hunting?
Yes.
did they pack us any in the Vado?
Didn't they?
I think they had packed you
think
some
we asked about it.
blankets
Yeah.
and warm things. but-
If you really want to
I
hunt.
still have a need for warm things.
Okay, go ahead. Just be safe, please.
Roll a deception.
Do you want?
You have advantage from the Carson.
I'll roll insight.
Yeah.
Do I have advantage on it?
You do, but it is blocked. You have advantage from Z-Man 9018, blocked by Grim Faded.
Fine, Grim Faded. Do I have anything for the next time?
Do I have advantage on this?
Yeah, you do. You have the Carson.
Yeah. Thank you, the Carson.
Ooh,
19.
19. No.
Yeah,
I think, all right, if you need to be
needs to
warm,
go.
you need to be warm. Go ahead.
Would you like to take Meep with you?
Yes. Will Meep help?
Sure, I'm.
Are you hunting?
Yes.
really roll insight.
Yeah, do I have it?
Yeah, you do. From tabs 925. Lily, your advantage
Not as good.
Your advantage from Dresden Dark was blocked by Grim Faded.
Definitely did not roll as well.
Okay, fine. I don't get it.
Well, you don't know. Hold on. What you
I
get?
don't get it.
I also have respectable spectacles, which give me +2.
I love it.
Oh.
So you pull out, and these are in, by the way,
Yeah.
episode 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a very long ago.
I haven't ever worn them, so.
You know how I know it's because I wrote that card.
Yeah.
That's how long ago. I don't write cards anymore. The audience does. They're enormous. They're enormous. They're thick, and you put them on, and you look at Uggo, and Uggo, what you see are her giant eyes like in these Coke bottle glasses. Yeah, and you added
Still got
2.
a 12.
Okay.
That beats
At 12? Yeah. At the 12, it's like, yeah. And then she puts on the glasses like, No, I'm not. Well, yes, I'm going hunting, but that's not the only thing I'm doing. Why did I just say that out loud?
What are you doing? We had a whole conversation this morning about being honest, and then you tried to sneak away.
Need to talk to ancestors.
Okay. And you can't do it here?
I think he just wants to.
Do you want to bathe while we all walk?
Not particularly.
Exactly my point.
It's an interesting comparison.
He just wants to be.
You take a bath with your ancestors?
I don't want to know the answer to that.
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Listen, my point is you never want us to split up, so I just want you to note it. We trust you. Come back soon.
Meep will go with him, so if anything happens.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cover your eyes, Meep.
All right.
All right, so the magic that Fahima cast ritually has constituted a rather lovely campsite. If you remember, Cornelia's campsite, yes, indeed, on the outskirts of Winkberg was quite grand. And this one, you know, the longer you put into it, the more materials that you provide, the grander it can be. You do have the Vardo, and you have this canopy of illusion around you. So you guys have really set things up rather nicely. I mean, you guys are glamping at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And Uggo, you make your way deeper into the forest past the
I am, and I'll let Meep know. Like, looking for deer. Need male with horns, big if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, but Meep will have a look.
Yeah.
Meep can roll survive. I don't know if you have stats for that.
I do.
Can she
I have
assist me?
wisdom.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
fine.
wisdom.
Yeah.
That's kind
Or
of.
yeah.
I mean, that usually just gives you advantage, but
Yeah,
you already
right.
have advantage.
I assume
here.
she doesn't.
That
Yeah,
guy
she can help you with her
named-
own skill since you already have advantage.
Sure, of course. I mean, that's up to him, obviously. But yeah.
Oh!
I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh.
So
Confirmed.
nat
That's
20.
the 7-10 split.
That's what that is.
Got a dirty 20.
Okay, so it isn't too long before you spot a magnificent buck standing there in the tree line, not 100 yards away. It's more like 75 yards away. It's a ways away, but you spot it.
Cool. I will try to keep low, you know, normal.
Yep.
Downwind or upwind, downwind, excuse me, so they can't smell me coming. And try to, you know, keep track of it, keep quiet, get close. I'm going to try to kill it with a hand axe.
At the same time, Meep is gonna breathe out some fire and use control flames to just shoot it at the deer.
Whoa! Fine by me. I mean, I can't stop her.
Sure. I mean, you're attempting to stealth up to it, and she's just gonna throw a fireball. Okay.
Well, Meep is just breathing it out.
Okay.
At the deer.
Okay.
You can breathe fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
Fire ray.
Huh.
How much damage does it do?
1d8 fire damage, and then with control flames, she expands the flame 5 feet in one direction.
Okay. Roll the 1d8.
Okay. 5.
Okay. You see, Uggo, you see the fire spray from Meep, and it hits the back of the deer, and the deer's fur catches on fire, and it bolts, runs.
You're fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll chase it.
Okay.
Run at full speed, which is
Yeah, very fast.
very fast. 120 feet around.
Okay.
And as soon as I get within range, I'm going to use 2 hand axes to try
throw or to
throw.
pounce?
To throw.
Okay. So, just roll me a
Sure.
an attack on those.
Okay.
I mean, the deer's not going to have very good.
14.
Yeah, that's plenty. So, as you're sneaking up with your hand axes, you know, moving quietly through the woods toward this buck, you see a pillar of flame pass you and shoot at this thing. I mean, the bird has to pass you, and then it shoots. It catches fire and it starts to run, and then you break into a run. And on stride, without even breaking stride, you land and throw both axes, and they go boom, boom. And this burning deer gets 2 axes in its back haunches, and it tumbles down, lands, skids, and is smoldering there, dead.
Yeah, and the first thing I said to me, Meep, next time we get closer and we go together, hunt like pack. But good job.
And then Uggo is going to carefully skin the deer. And once it's fully de-skinned, he will bathe in its blood as he normally does when he kills something of honor.
Yep.
And when he...
I mean, he did ask you if it was like going to want to watch his bathing.
No, I'm honestly glad I'm not there.
When he does so,
Ancestors, I offer this bounty to you. I am at odds. I need answer.
And then as I do that, I'm going to try to, as I normally do when protecting or when preventing damage, that same feeling of bringing ancestors forth.
Yeah.
While I'm doing this, Uggo's mind is running through years and years of orcish dwarven combat. He's dealing with real hatred.
Yeah.
And he's struggling with it.
Okay.
Mostly because he doesn't want his family to see his real hatred. In that moment, he's even offering to the ancestors that perhaps he is wrong, and he needs guidance from them to how to reconcile the true hatred within him.
So you, with your axe, make the incision on the neck, clean, back down the side, as you would skin an animal. It's dead, and the artery gushes blood on your hands, and it pools at your feet, and you pull the blood up, and you wipe it on your forehead and on your cheeks and on your neck, and you have it dripping from your hands, and you commune with them, and you feel those three spirits rise behind you. 1, 2, 3. A human male, large, holding a sword. An orcish female, equally large, holding an axe. And then an enormous, almost ogre size, third spirit stands there. They look at you. And the ogre breathes, and the human looks at you with anger, feeling that anger, channeling that anger from you, the feeling that you have, that hatred that you have for the dwarves, that feeling expressed in that human with the sword pressing it deeper into the ground, muscles tightening, brow furrowed. The orcish female looks at you with the compassion, channeling that feeling that maybe you're wrong, that feeling in yourself. Maybe you're wrong. And the ogre stands stoic, looking at you, looking into you, through you, its face blank. You see these three elements of yourself, of your own feelings in this moment. The sort of blank canvas, not knowing, the compassion, and the rage. And they stand there. Spectral forms, shimmering above the carcass of this animal, above the blood. And they look at you.
I cannot. I do not want to dishonor family, but I also do not want to dishonor ancestor. I am torn. Why do we kill dwarves? Why must we have this hatred?
We kill dwarves because they would kill us!
We kill dwarves, Uggo. For all the wrong reasons.
one tell me that this is what I will have to overcome. This will undo me.
You see the human male with his sword pull it out and raise it up and fade. And you see the orcish female look at you and fade. And you see the ogre stand there. Uggo, the choice is and always will be yours.
Uggo sits in the clearing. I'm assuming Meep has seen all of this.
Meep is looking at the deer and looking at the trees and looking at you and, a bird.
He sits quietly for a long time. And then picks up the carcass and will bring it with him back to the camp.
Back at the camp, the rest of you have settled in. The night is getting dark, and perhaps there's even some wonder about whether Uggo's going to make it back before it's pitch black.
How long has he gone?
Yeah, it's getting dark, like dark. I think you probably at this point have a campfire going, and you've basically all set up. You've dealt with the Achirai and done what has become really a ritual of
routine.
Routine's a better word.
I just thought of this. I know you cast this spell, creating an illusion. Is that going to make it difficult for Uggo to find his way back?
No, I mean, he went up towards the mountains, right? I mean...
Yeah, he went back behind you, right?
Yes.
The opposite direction.
No, it's still the same. He'll be able to find us. This is only directed towards the road.
Plus, he has Meep with him.
True.
So you can tell if anything were to happen to him?
Well, as long as he's within 100 feet.
We'll give him...
Meep?
As long as Meep is within 100 feet of me.
If he'll be much longer, I'll send a sending his way and just check in. Civ?
Yes?
Can I ask you about Vic? And if you don't mind. I'm just curious about the books. Because there had been books getting stolen from Nightstone for a little bit of a time before I left.
Yes, I'm sure that her team and her were probably the ones responsible.
Okay.
I don't know who she was working for.
Right.
I did ask that question, and she refused to tell me because she said it was too dangerous.
But we know there was the last book, that one that we found down in the underground in the shanty town, the Heroes of the Aureate Age,
Right.
which is the one, remember, that we saw in that vision we all had.
Yeah.
It's connected to the Wardens.
Yes, I think someone is collecting these artifacts, and they're hiring Vic and her squad of thieves to do their bidding.
They could be in very real danger, Vic and the people.
She said that.
Okay.
She was very clear with me that she was worried for me, which is why she kept telling me to beware and to not get involved.
And we also knew that, we talked about this the other day, the Calcutta thieves seemed to know something about us, seemed to have been keeping an eye on us. Maybe Vic and her people were the method of doing that when we were in Turles.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Just thoughts.
They were the ones that were inside of the library, and she was the one that we chased outside of the orcish things.
They were going to kill Nance.
Oh, speaking of, I just found this flyer randomly from Orcish Things in my back pocket. I have to give it to Uggo when he gets back.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Random.
Do you think it would be possible for us to use your connection to Vic to, I don't know, have some sort of advantage?
If I see her again, yes.
Do you think knows where you are?
I don't know.
Do you think she's capable of being tricked by
She's
us?
very smart.
Well, so are we.
Yes, I know. But she's also been playing this game for a lot longer.
How old is she?
I don't know. She's
How much older than you?
Tiefling, so we grew up together, stealing. I didn't mean that as in she's more intelligent than us. I'm just saying as far as playing a game of who spies on who and who steals from who and who tricks who.
She's an expert.
Right.
I'm just thinking that you could potentially use your romantic connection with her to our advantage at some point. I don't know how, but
Could be
it's worth considering.
very difficult, though. It's a very hard thing to ask someone.
Well, seems payback is due.
Maybe.
If we run into her again, I will try to get as much information from her as possible.
It's possible she's just a pawn in this, like I know that we've felt sometimes. So I would hope if she knew the real danger to all of Vine that some of this could involve, I would hope
She grew
would
up
do
in the
right
same
thing.
world as I did. She doesn't care about the world.
Yes, but you've changed.
True. But that's...
Hasn't been easy.
No.
No.
I've been through hell and back.
I know. I think if we've learned anything, though, on this very odd journey of ours, that we can't just write someone off for their past, or who they are, or how they may seem. So I would hope...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I would hope we could find a way to reach her. I'm sorry. What were you...
Oh, I was just going to say, it seems as if anyone could change her mind, it would be you, Civ.
I would hope.
She obviously has feelings for you.
She does, but I've never seen her that scared before. Ever.
Maybe you could use her until the point of escape. I'm just trying to think of anything possible where we could get in without Calcutta realizing what we're doing.
Which brings me to the books.
Have we decided what we're doing with them finally?
I think we should destroy them.
Why?
I had an odd feeling last time I pulled it out. It was...
Well, they're quite dark.
Yes,
When
but...
did you pull it out? Were you hungry?
Earlier. No, earlier today on the ride, and
That's why the light came out of the
Right.
bag, and
it feels. You said there was a feeling that I was familiar with. Can I roll an Arcana check?
Sure.
Okay.
You have advantage from Scully as my homegirl, but
you,
it was
Scully.
countered by Grim-Fated.
Thank you, Grim-Fated.
Thank
think you mean
That is terrible.
I don't think he means that
is
second thank you.
That is a mighty 4.
Wow.
I mean, it certainly is. It is. There's the feeling in the back of your head that you. Man,
It's something familiar to me. I can't help feeling like we're being watched, and
Do we need them for anything?
well, they're valuable. They have spells in them, right?
Right?
yes. Are there more higher level spells?
that's what it seems to you. But again, it is something that you can't quite discern until you get a little farther along your journey into the arcane arts yourself.
Maybe.
What if we destroy one and keep one?
I was just thinking that, but that feels like such a half measure. Maybe it'll do no good at all.
Do any of you know how to speak Dwarvish?
No,
No.
I could read it.
I can listen to it.
The only
William
thing-
can listen to it.
Yeah.
You're back, by the way. Yeah.
The only thing I could think to do, instead of destroying them, which I think is a smart choice, is to seek out someone amongst the dwarves that might know more than us, or can at least tell us what they would do with them, and would just be one more piece to the puzzle. Or if we were to come across someone that was more powerful than us, present the books and allow them to either destroy them or
or use them against the Ashen Mage. Because if the Ashen Mage is truly in this area, even if she's up on top of the Skyscorcher Peak, perhaps someone more powerful than us can use the books against her. Just like that dragon tracked down
The scale.
the scale. They could do the same thing with these books and the Ashen Mage.
I hope
that way
so.
she wouldn't be able to hide from us ever.
What about James's papa?
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome home.
We were a little worried, but you seem to have done all right.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need some cleaning up?
Here.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Would you like me to clean it up, or do you want to keep it?
Morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I found this flyer, by the way.
Did you go somewhere?
It's from the Orcish things. It was in my coat forever, and I just found
What
it.
does the flyer say?
It's from Orcish things, and
It's an advertisement.
yeah, and basically I just get to roll for gold if I give it to an orc. Or someone who's interested in orc things.
I don't know how to read, but okay.
I'm gonna say, in the spirit of the card, I think, an orc that's not Uggo. An orc that's never been to orcish things. How about that?
This is someone else with an interest in orc-related goods.
Right.
That could be anything.
I agree. I think the spirit of the card
too
is
easy?
to spread the word of orcish
Right,
things.
okay, yes, yeah. And
to
he already
someone
knows
he's
about
purchased
the
that
wonder of
place.
orcish
I know
things.
all about this.
Okay,
Thank you, but no thank you.
all right.
Let's help Iggly spread the news about her business.
Yeah.
Yeah, Igley.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract from the
Iggly, no, it's fine.
Oh, no.
Well,
You were saying my papa.
Yeah.
Who do you mean? You mean
You only
Fish?
have one papa.
so he can help us know.
I mean, I had one who passed away a long time ago, and then Fesh is a sort of surrogate papa, as we've talked about in the past.
Oh, like my mom, my human mama.
Yes.
She's surrogate.
So anyway, what are you meaning?
Have you told him about books?
No,
He seemed like maybe he know.
That's not a bad idea.
you might, yeah. Okay.
How would we get the book to him, though?
No, I mean like tell him and then see what he say.
Oh, just explain to him the situation.
Yeah, you talk to him, yeah?
Right. Yes, that's very wise.
Yes. Yes, I can do that.
Also Torval.
Torvald. Makes me sad every time I think about him.
We save him, just not right now. We get there.
We will.
A list of people we need to save. Wrongs we need to right.
Well, and that's the other thing.
A hero's work is never done.
Tattoos we need to get.
Perhaps I should make a list.
That's the other thing about the business in Turles with Jorel and with everything going on. I mean, part of me wonders if, you know, the whole reason I asked the Duke of Winkberg to speak highly of us to Persis Samuels
So we could go back.
was so we could go back, and so this business could be cleared up. And I don't know. I mean, I could try. I've seen Persis Samuels. Yes, I probably don't know her, but
Correct.
Visual.
Yes.
Yeah. I could send something to her, but why would she believe me? I don't.
While we're having this conversation, I'm going to go over to the deer. I'm going to look up at Uggo, take
I
out
was
the
just
dagger.
about to- yeah, go ahead, by all means.
I'm just going to start carving off a haunch.
Yeah.
And then bring it over to the fire and put it on a spit so that it starts to cook.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yes, good. God.
Hey, do I try right eat meat?
Oh, yes.
Does it have to be cooked?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
It's pretty fresh. They probably won't get sick from that.
Yeah, Uggo takes out his hand axe and cuts off a haunch and goes over to land thighs and goes, for you.
And she, pecks at it. One big gulp.
I will also give enough to the other two as well so that they don't,
Right.
They seem quite pleased.
Well, so what should our game plan be when we get into the town?
Dondo Corrigana, the paladin, find him first and foremost. I can reach out to Fesh now, but maybe, asking a paladin or someone with a connection to some other divine source. Maybe if they have any suggestions or help.
It is going to be my plan not to kill every dwarf I see.
Yes, we're gonna make you a mouse.
That's a good plan.
But I can only make him a mouse for an hour.
I think it might be good to let dwarves see that orc does not want to kill them.
I agree. I agree, Uggo, honestly.
It will be very hard, but you help me.
You got this.
You've challenged so many of my preconceived notions that I think if people actually meet you, that I hope they would reserve judgment.
That is not my experience, but I hope.
I know.
All right, so we are.
I'll throw ascending to Fesh.
Okay.
Hi again. We have in our possession 2 books that belong to the Ashen Mage and her assistant. Spell books, bound in skin, feeling very dark. We're worried about them, but don't know what to do. Destroy? Keep? That's it.
Into the ether, your message goes and flies. You hear.
I would be concerned too. They sound like necromancy. Dangerous indeed. I cannot advise without seeing them myself, but would counsel caution in the extreme.
What did he say?
Yeah, he's concerned as well. He certainly seems to think they could be dangerous also. He'd like to see them, but...
Well, if we are being tracked by them, then we're sort of doing exactly what they want by taking them out of the bag of holding, dotting our trail.
Right.
So we'll
So
just leave
perhaps
them
keep
inside
them
of the
in.
bag.
Let's leave them inside the bag.
All right.
Yeah, it's definitely dark in there, so they will not be seen.
True. Very true.
And they won't know how long they were in there. You thought you were in there for 20 days.
It was so long. I also can't breathe in there.
Right.
Yes, well, I guess they're made of skin. Maybe they breathe.
Gross.
It's a nice breathable fabric.
Yeah.
So the night falls. You guys are going to set up a watch, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right, your watch.
That meal was great. The conversation was good.
good.
The day was long and tiring. You make a valiant effort to prop your eyelids up, but the end result is inevitable. You roll a nat 1 the next time you make a perception check for your solo night watch as you gently snore, head down on crossed arms.
Oh, no.
Do you want to go first?
No, because then I won't wake up the second person. I would like to go last.
Well,
Okay.
if you're with someone, then they could wake up the
It
next
says
He
solo.
said that
Yeah.
anybody that I take a watch with gets a 1.
Yeah, it is
It's a 1 to
It's good.
whoever's
All go
watching.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go last. You guys can decide amongst yourself who goes first and second.
I actually edited that to say whoever you're with, but it looks like we printed an earlier version. It's okay. You're gonna go last.
Yes.
Okay. So who's going first?
I'll go.
Okay. By yourself?
Yep. I don't know. So
Can I take watch with James? I want to have a quick chit chat with him.
Of course.
Sure.
I mean,
So you and Uggo?
Three
Or-
watches?
Yeah,
Three
by
watches?
himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll your perception check. Uggo, that guy named Rodney gives you advantage.
Thanks, that guy named Roddy.
And you, Lily, are with him. Tabs 925 gives you advantage.
Nat 20.
That's 20.
Woo!
You are nice. That's the only first one of the episode. It's the first one of
No,
the.
he did one earlier.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
2 for you.
Yeah, Ron's crushing it.
2020 for 2020.
30-21.
All right, so you guys are eagle-eyed.
Supposed to a nap.
And you are sentinels. Nothing gets past you. Every twig that moves, every brush of wind that goes by, you are on the case.
Maybe both of us needed protein because I feel energized.
Great right now.
Yeah. But your
Also, I feel closer to you than ever.
your watch passes without any alarm, but you guys are on it. You watch the Achira as they sleep. The egg resting inside the Vardo. Everybody else sleeping. Second watch is you guys. You said you wanted to talk to.
Yeah.
Do we want to roll?
Yeah, let's roll your perception checks. Bahima, you have advantage from Reno Hay.
Thank you, Reno
But it was
Hay.
countered by Grim Faded. James, you have advantage from the Brush of Tie.
There's
Thank
so
you,
many.
Brush of
There's
Tie.
so many. I'm never gonna have advantage again.
19.
15 plus 2.
Nice.
All right, both of you again, doing great. Diligent, eagle-eyed, on the case. Nothing gets past you.
On the case. We didn't see anything on our way.
No, it went by without event.
Right.
James, as I was explaining the conjuration magic to Uggo, I sort of had a troubling realization.
Okay.
Well, as I was explaining it to him, I was saying that they're made of fire and magic and sort of my own consciousness and arcana, and they don't feel pain, they're not real, they just sort of disappear. If I was born of a wish, which is conjuration magic, I'm just not really able to parse that information. Right? Because I know I feel pain.
It's very complicated. I don't know. I mean, obviously, yes. I think you are.
Right? And I was
You
born
are something.
a baby.
You are something entirely different than these small creatures. That I don't know if you conjure them or if you're actually like drawing them into creation right now, or maybe
That's
there is
sort
a
of
plane of fire and you are pulling them into our plane, and then when they are destroyed, they're immediately sent back. What do you know?
That's not it.
Okay.
How it works is I'm sort of pulling the threads of magic and building something in my head, and I'm building this idea of what I know, and it's.
Well, you're building
I'm not
tools.
transporting.
We're differing from D&D lore a bit on this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're building.
Yeah.
Building tools. You're building.
Right. They certainly act a certain way, and a table will be a table, and it will break, as Uggo said, but I don't know. I guess I'm sort of. I don't know. I know that.
There's no simple answer to the questions you're asking. But I think it means a lot that you're asking them. I think it means you're a good person, to be honest.
I think it's very possible that I wasn't born of a wish, or at least I wasn't born of conjuration magic. Because I don't know that I could conjure a baby that would grow up,
No.
right?
Not with our current power, that's for sure.
But wish is a powerful spell, so
Yes.
I have heard it do extraordinary things.
I mean, I assume you know quite a lot more about genies and the like, more than I do. But it's not very much my area of expertise at all.
I guess I just sort of wanted insight on conjuration in general as a school of magic, and
It's not really my bag, so to speak. But but I know libraries. So we can do some research. I know it's important to you. You are special.
I keep hearing that, but
I know, but if you are creating these things, I mean, maybe you were created. Maybe you were. But do you feel controlled now? Do you feel your free will is your own? And that's all that matters.
right, but I do know that I can conjure things that I can lose control of.
It's a lot. Power needs to have mindfulness alongside it.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I was conjured by a being who lost concentration? And I'm just out here now, forever?
I mean,
that's a scary thought.
maybe. Could be. But your life is your own. Okay?
Right.
Do you want to see something else?
Is it a new spell?
Maybe.
Yes.
And I touch her and I cast fly at 4th level so we can both fly.
All right.
So for 10 minutes we can both fly. Quiet, people are sleeping.
Can I go anywhere?
You have a flying speed up to 60 feet.
What's the range?
For 10 minutes.
It's just
There's
10
no
minutes.
range.
Just 10 minutes.
Yeah, as long as I touch her.
you
And casting it,
cast
so at 3rd level, it's only 1 person. At every level above 3rd, it's an additional person.
All right.
Yep.
So you guys take fizzy lifting drink.
Yep.
Whoa.
It's good. So, let's keep an eye out for the dragon. But yes.
Meep, get over here. Look.
So Meep was asleep, but
So weird.
She's like, yeah, I do this every day.
This seemed like a
Not
great
that big a
idea.
deal, guys.
It flies so
Not that big a
fast.
deal.
I know.
I like the idea that Fahima's actually flapping her arms, even though she doesn't need to.
Making the noise.
You don't have to do that.
James is like, I could show you the world.
Shining, shimmering.
Who needs a flying carpet when you can just
I
fly?
mean, it's kind of great.
So for 10 minutes, you guys are hovering around the sleepy little Vardo and flying and soaring and trying to remain quiet, but weaving among the trees in the darkness, going above the tree line, out of the little canopy, out of the illusion, popping your heads up and seeing the beautiful tapestry of stars above you in the night, and the moon glittering above you, back down under the illusion and kind of hovering over the ground, having a grand time.
You're pretty fun after all.
I have my moments. I can't believe the way this day started.
I hope telling the truth felt good. Because you can trust us.
It didn't at the time, but here I am and I'm still alive. It didn't destroy me. So that's an odd feeling.
Well, I probably shouldn't say it, but I don't think there's anything you could do that would make me hate you or despise you. Especially since I tend to love monsters. But I can say, I really don't abide lying. I don't. I think truth is very important.
It's very scary.
I know. But I'd rather think you a monster than be lied to.
Noted.
And the rest of the night goes as the spell wears off and you guys settle down and continue your watch. You hand off the baton to Civ.
If you look a little tired, you're gonna be fine?
Oh, yes. No, I'm fine.
Okay, great.
I ate a lot of that deer.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
Kind of soporific.
Where's that
Tryptophan.
egg?
Do you have anything to drink? I drank all of my booze.
I can make you a cuppa.
Sure.
Great. Prestidigitate some water for you.
Nice.
Hot and steamy tea.
I did have plans to do something on my watch, but I guess I could take out Mr. Whispers, start to talk to him, have this beautiful bonding moment, and then fall asleep in the middle of it.
Sure.
You're great, Mr.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I was gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, you spend some time with Mr. I mean, that's before, but even talking to him, it's just like a little, we're in the amulet flashes and blink twice, and then you're like, I'm out. And the night ends, morning wakes, and Civ, you wake up, can't believe that you fell asleep. You're shocked by you fell asleep. Mr. Whispers is still
Not me.
sleeping on your lap, and you don't know what happened, and immediately you look over to the side of the Vardo and you see the containers of food have been cut into.
No!
They're emptied.
No!
Do I know what cut into them?
No.
Nature check, survival check.
Yeah.
Check out those claws.
Does it look like the Achirai themselves could have done it?
They still look to be asleep at the moment, so it seems like an odd. That seems like an odd solution to the problem.
And I can't tell what. Does it look like a blade's edge cut it?
You can go over and look at it. It does not appear to be a clean cut in the way that a blade's edge would be.
So more like a claw.
More like an animal got into it.
All of the feed is on the ground
Yeah, and a lot of it is gone completely. It looks like it's been eaten or
by some creature.
multiples.
Awesome. God dang, today just sucked.
But everybody comes to wakefulness. Oh, I want to say that there's been some love shown. Change box, fragment of heart, soul, meep made me do it. Damon 7 and others. Let's get some cards out real quick too. Actually, I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait on the cards. We're gonna keep going.
Just get it over with.
No. I'm gonna wait on the cards.
I usually get up first and start making breakfast, so I might
Yeah,
have
you did, and you guys are up, and it's become a travel routine as you've done this for several days now. Lily cooking breakfast. Now you've got venison. You can cook that up for the morning as well, and it's not going to keep long, so you have to get through it.
I'm gonna try to salvage as much of the scraps as I possibly can.
Sure, and there's grains and stuff that you're able to kind of pick up and try to put back, but almost all of the external sacks, which is where most of it was being carried on the Vardo, are.
This is for the Achira.
This is the Achira feed.
Well, we have a problem.
What is it?
Something got into the feed on the outside of the Vardo.
Oh no.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Bahima, be kind.
Oh, sorry.
Must have been very stealthy to get past you,
I
Civ.
guess so.
Yes, I'm sure they were magical raccoons or something.
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've come across.
I will in trying to be more honest, I fell asleep on my watch.
You fell asleep.
I know, it's very uncharacteristic of me. I think it has something to do with the amulet, but
Are you feeling all right? Are you sick?
Oh, it's the kappa. It was too relaxing. It's chamomile.
No.
Do chai next time.
Right, yes.
Hangover.
Probably, and I think it's just everything that we've been talking about is it's a lot for me to take in, and I think I just overdid it.
That makes sense. Well, luckily it was just some food. No one was hurt.
And Uggo's quite adept at hunting.
Yes, we'll probably have to do a lot more of that on our way to the dwarves, since that was our stored feed.
But we have about 2 more days. I think we can handle that.
Right, 1 or 2, yeah.
Sure.
So you guys are up and moving, getting the Chirai up and moving.
The terrain is still there, so I'm kind of like trying to guide them back. Just drive through it. Just yeah. Just
they have the loyalty feat, so they, normally they would be, but you're commanding them to go through the illusion itself, and you pass out back onto the road. It's a clear day. It's a warmer day actually, and not quite so windy or cold, and you're moving at a brisk pace on the road. Again, travel now has become something you've accustomed to. Yeah, it's a routine. There's each of you, take over for the other. Each of you has a spot in the Vardo. Each of you use your time to do things. You're talking with Meep using the Celestial Book. You're making use of your time as you move through space, getting up this road. And the road itself winds up. Again, you've got these autumnal colors that are filling your view through the windows. It is moving in great in great curves. The road carved through rock at this point, and down into valleys and up, and it's a beautiful road trip. It is full of beautiful sights that some of you have never seen. Maybe Lily hasn't quite seen this kind of terrain before. Certainly you haven't. It is it's remarkable, and as you move, as the road itself veers west, you hear the river rushing by you, and the Vardo continues along. You can hear sounds of the river, sounds of birds and animals. It's a beautiful road that is becoming more mountainous. You feel like you're gaining elevation. You're getting closer to the river, and at a certain point, around midday, Everybody roll perception. Civ, you have advantage from Ashjor. Fahima, you have advantage from Z-Man 9018, but it was blocked by Grim Faded. James, you have advantage from Gorbin Played. Uggo, you have advantage from that guy named Rodney. And Lily, you have advantage from Tabs 925.
925, thank you.
I rolled an awesome.
Dude! Woo!
Third awesome.
The stats are correct.
20s and 2020s.
However, I rolled an awesome, but I have a force of evil from Cold Candor called Should Have Aimed for the Head. The next time you roll an nat 20, it counts as a miss instead.
No.
So, whamp.
Okay, so Uggo.
Yeah.
Interestingly, that you're the one that hears voices.
Voices.
And they sound like voices in distress. Screams and shouts, and it sounds like it's coming in the direction of the river.
Are we moving in the direction of the river, or just?
You're kind of moving alongside it. The road has swung over around it. I mean, the river is not immediately to your, it's not within just a few feet. It's a ways off to your left as the road continues north. It's to the west of you, but it's close enough that you could veer off the road and head toward the river.
Dr. Vardo, there are screams coming from the river.
I heard them too.
How far are we from the river?
I would say you're, not terribly
Like, should we
far.
drive the Vardo down there, or?
You could probably get it off road and head toward the river. Yeah, it's enough that you couldn't. I mean, if you got off on foot, it would take 10, 15 minutes to get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try something.
I find one of my biggest flaws as a DM is spatial distance. I just, as a human
hard.
being, I'm terrible at it.
I also noticed that I tend to ask you that
Yeah,
question
I'm just
a lot.
terrible at it. So I always try to.
How big is this?
In
How far are we?
inches.
I think of it in terms of time it takes, and so
Yeah.
I'm always like, it'll take about 10 minutes to get there.
So the Achairai that's on the back of the Vardo currently.
Right.
I don't know which one that is.
I think you said it was pancake, right?
Okay, great. Then I'm going to jump onto the back of Pancake,
Right.
undo the rope.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to ride Pancake again, but I'm going to use this card, Handle of Many Forms, a 6-inch silver handle that can take the form of any object with a handle, sword, shield, hook. I'd like it to be essentially like a handle on a
reins,
saddle,
yeah.
a rein, or whatever. Yeah.
Nice.
Any roll of this item grants +2 to the roll. So I'd like to
Great.
try to ride Pancake to the river.
Great.
Okay.
So that would be an animal handling check. You have advantage from Dream Blaze on that, and +2 from your
Sweet.
handle.
I'm just gonna
Come on, I'm gonna say that's a card.
bust a move with him on foot.
Okay.
Not any better. Awesome. 12.
12. You're barely hanging on to this thing. I mean, that's just your +2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're barely hanging on to this thing. It is not going exactly the direction that you intend it to.
Of course.
But you're hanging on the back, and it doesn't seem particularly happy about that. But it is, you're hanging on. You're not bucked off.
Okay.
But you are attempting to veer it down, sort of a little bit of a slant down that from where the road, which is a little elevated, goes down into a bit of a valley that evens out, heads toward the rushing river. Trees, you're passing through them. There are large rocks here now. You're scampering up those. The 15-foot Achairai is able to navigate a lot of that, but again, you're not exactly able to push it in the right direction.
Gonna push my luck. After you make a d20 roll, you may spend this card to re-roll. If you roll higher or the same, you may keep the new result or repeat this effect. But if you roll lower, you must keep the new result.
Okay.
I'm really tired of not being able to ride these things.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, yeah, you also, you're re-rolling.
Yeah.
I love not being able to ride that thing.
That would be a 17.
Whoa! So now with the push your luck card, you can keep that or try to keep going.
Oh, I'm not going any higher than 17.
17. So, yeah, I mean, far off in the Vardo, the amulet flashes and blinks twice, and as you're barely holding onto this thing and it's kind of reluctant to go down toward the rushing water, you feel a renewed
Vigor?
Well, it is more attentive to your commands. The Achairai itself now feels like you're able to command it. You're able to. It feels more comfortable with you on its back, and there's a certain surge of magic from the amulet that makes you able to control it, and you immediately turn its head, and it listens to you and follows your command down toward the river. And as you part through the trees and get to these giant boulders, you come up to a huge, wide swath of river that is rushing. I should probably just show you guys.
And Jeff, while I'm riding,
Yeah,
I'd like to pull out my rope,
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah, while I'm running after him,
Grappling hook?
grappling.
Yeah.
I'm probably
I think you and I
helping-
probably had the same
Yes,
plan.
we-
Yeah.
I'm probably helping Lily park the Bardo, like,
Yeah, parallel parking is hard.
back it up, all right, yeah, put it in parking brake.
Okay. So,
Oh, man,
Wow, that is a
that's a big river.
big river. And what you see on the river are a couple of what are obviously dwarves. One
Gonna be okay.
clutched to this rock, holding on for dear life.
Aw,
The other.
poor little guy.
So, one of my resolutions for the new year, Jessica, is to embrace food as a prop.
What?
Is that a card?
It's,
Is that one of your cards that you got?
No,
it's me.
no, it's a life preserver.
It's there you see a
Oh.
dwarf on this
Amazing.
sort of inner tube thing, stuck
Too big.
here, but clearly in distress and trying to pull itself around. The screams are mostly coming from this one, which is pinned to the rock in the rushing rapids.
Can you show us which way the water's flowing on here?
Going
Yes.
that way.
That direction. Oh, is it upside down? It is upside down. Oh my
You're
goodness.
fine. It's fine.
No, it looks
No,
like
it's upside down.
Because this looks still
Yep.
and that looks turbulent.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Got
Put
it.
it on upside down.
embarrassing.
Don't worry, we'll
Oh,
fix it.
I
We'll fix it in
see.
post, everybody.
Yes.
How embarrassing,
Well, it was-
Jeff.
You know
was-
what?
it was right
I got
side.
so excited about showing you the
Incredible map.
food.
So is that the
Look,
drop
it's
off?
yeah, that's the.
Oh, okay. And how far down is each drop about? Like oh, it looks like 15, 20 feet?
Yeah, it is. These are rushing rapids. These are. I mean, this is a very turbulent.
20 feet, that's a lot.
Like
There's
the
a lot.
Colorado?
Yeah,
What?
I mean, this is like level 5
There's magical rapids?
rapids. The other thing you see.
It's like a waterfall.
You ever see The Fugitive?
The other thing you see are enormous.
Uh-oh.
Ew.
Water bugs?
Oh my God.
Ew.
For a split second, I thought that was real, even though I know you just put that on the map. I got scared.
They've been swatting flies outside,
Jessica.
saving them for
They
this
look so
map.
realistic. They have little wings.
There's a lot of them.
Do they look evil?
There's some that are.
Giant red eyes.
Evil flies.
Guy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Look at you with your cute little minis.
Hey man,
That's a lot.
doing it,
That's a lot of flies.
doing it, ooh, ooh, yeah. Yeah. So there are flies, the enormous 5, 6 foot, 4 or 5 foot length fly. These are huge horse flies.
Yikes.
Some up in the air, swirling around these screaming dwarves
Yikes.
in the middle of this rushing river rapids.
Got it.
And Civ, you'll be the first one there. Uggo, not long after you arrive down, probably in this, one of these. All right, you guys. Civ, on an Achirai, coming through.
I'm tying the rope
Uggo's
off
on the
to
roof.
my
Uggo's on the roof?
silver handle. And when I hear them screaming and see them down there, I'm gonna start to tie a lasso together out of the other end of the rope.
Okay. So these bugs, such as they are flying, and they seem to be landing on these
So many.
Dwarves?
dwarves, doing something to them, latching onto them, and these dwarves are screaming, and they are the one on what looks to be like a bladder that has been fashioned, or a series of bladders
Yeah.
that have been fashioned into some sort of inner tube.
Like a raft or
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
guys
one
know
is
how to party. These guys know how to party.
They know how to party.
Is there a big thing of beers in the middle?
Yeah, the one on the far side that's closer to Morgan, it is holding onto this rod, and it's being pummeled with water, barely holding its head above water, gasping and sputtering, and that's where we're gonna stop tonight.
No!
Yeah. Bugs and dwarves and rapids.
Let him finish.
Yeah, bugs and dwarves and rapids.
Oh.
So this is where we're gonna pick up tomorrow. I wish. Next week.
What these flies are, I'm curious.
It is. It's been an interesting episode. A very deep, beautiful episode. We have tons of cards. You know what?
Really?
We're gonna do those real quick.
Everybody.
Real quick before the end of the episode.
Oh my God.
A force of good for Civ.
Thank you.
From Joker 38.
Joker 38.
Force of good for Fahima.
Fahima?
From Will Bitson.
Thank you, Will Bitson.
2 forces of evil for Fahima.
What the heck? Guys.
From Queso Gato and Lambent Zerker.
Whoa!
That's like 8 today.
Yep.
A lot.
And a force of good for James from Scully is my homegirl.
Thank you, Scully.
And 2 forces of good for me from Youngblood. I also got one earlier that I didn't read called A Nameless Fear. Jeff receives 2 disadvantages and 2 advantages. He may distribute these as he wishes among NPCs or PCs.
Oh.
So,
I cannot believe
Using it.
how many evils I got today.
Wow.
let's read these quickly.
Yeah.
Mr. Whisper and Digit take a course. Mr. Whispers and Digit have recently passed their first aid course. Next time your HP reaches single digits, roll a d20 to see how good they did at patching you up. Above 10, they heal you for 1d12 hit points, half that amount for a roll below 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes.
Evil, power of 5, 2 of 5. Does someone else have one of these?
Yes, I do.
Roll a d6 and take that amount of damage. 3. But remember the amount you have taken. Once you have all 5 cards, deal the combined damage you have taken to an enemy.
Yeah,
Okay,
nice.
so I can
So
keep
write
this.
on the card how much you rolled.
Yes. I took 2.
3. Okay, and then Requiem for the Fallen. Next time you fell an enemy, you will lose your next turn to sing a dirge for the fallen foe. So next time I kill someone, basically.
Or something.
Queso Gato. And then Force of Good. Armor of Cheese. This amulet adds so much cheese, literally. You are suddenly covered in a perfect suit of armor made of cheese. For 3 turns, receive +5 to your AC, gain advantage to all con saves. Ooh, that's clutch.
Worth it.
Your movement drops by 10 feet, and the cheese helm limits your LOS.
Line of sight.
Line of sight.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on any ranged attacks. Ooh, that's
Oh,
bad though. How you like that, Cheddar?
If Civ had gotten
Wilkinson.
that card, that would have been a queso gato.
Parasol of excellent distraction. You receive a small hand parasol. How pretty. Spend your action to open it, and a series of large skyrockets shoot up and distracts the enemy. You and all party members within 10 feet may then take the hide action for free immediately. Could use that against the dragon, actually. That's great.
Amazing little parasol.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. We got a Force of Evil from the bowl, from Milo's bowl. I rolled a 1.
Man.
Awesome.
That goes to you.
Oh,
It would have gone to
Civ.
me.
Civ goes back to
I would
sleep.
have.
Anybody else have cards that haven't been read?
Nope.
Okay.
You didn't give me any.
Mr. Whisper, Mr. Whisper is outraged.
Uh-oh.
He has just found his James sock puppet in your possessions. He is absolutely livid. How dare you? His little expression says, you are actually frightened. The next battle, you will automatically be last in the initiative check and must always end your turn by using some of your movement to move away from at least one enemy. Oh, this might actually, I might actually be able to use this in my favor, this one. Okay, cool.
All right. So, we got love. I want to thank Angel Devilson, Failstar, K-Bonds, TW, Jubal, War Pigeon Kane.
Wow.
And what did I say?
A
Failstar?
new one. I don't know. No,
Failstar.
I haven't heard that one before. War Pigeon.
My eye exploded last year. So
2019 was rough on a lot
we're
of it.
coming back next week to deal with the rapids. We're gonna figure out what's going on with these dwarves and what we may be able to do about it. We need you to be back as well. Thank you. We're excited about 2020. People rolling 20s in 2020. It's so exciting. We hope you and yours are well and safe. Please stay that way. We have an exciting year ahead of us and lots more adventures to get to. So thanks for watching. Until next week, humankind, be both.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
To all of you who played along and interacted with us throughout the evening, our humble thanks. And thank you to everyone that shared our adventure. And my respect. And thanks to Ages 13, I've seen that name before, Fuzz58, Briber, the Soviet Potato, Will Meister, the Darkhound, Spoon City, Bullware, Uggo Dumbthistle, love that name, the Brush of Ty, Kaibuk, Queen Scarlet, Baron Wilderness, Zach Mac, Stolen Hat, Beard Me Strength, Arun Ondo, the Jedi Prince, Dude the Man, Wizard Lee, Life is Pain, Zabin the Cyndaquil, Wise Scion, Burr Ice, although you've done bad things today, Lost Legend 15, Bluebert, Will DJ 1217, Dasmere, Gamershare, Musk Stick Addict, and those whose viewer submitted Force of Good and Force of Evil cards were used on tonight's show. And don't forget, the Dungeon Rundown, the official Dungeon Run after show, returns Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Our host, Trisha Hirschberger, sits down with the cast of the show to talk all things Dungeon Run, from community questions and episode recaps to theories and all of the fan art your mortal brains can fathom. The Dungeon Rundown airs right here on caffeine.tv/The Dungeon Run. Make sure to follow the channel to get live notifications. And of course, join us for the Dungeon Run next week, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, right here, as the Dungeon Run continues. Until next week, may the dice roll in your favor.
It started. As a simple dungeon run. As a simple dungeon run.
Let the dice
In a world where magic exists, anything is possible.
Ah, life is pain. Ah, life is pain. Pain, 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 pain.
Meep, I love you. Come back to me. Meep. 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 We're falling through space. No plan.
The island of Bingle is safe once again. You may return to your homes. And if there are any that are willing, help them rebuild.
Humankind. Be both.